How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It wasn't muted. It decided to switch off again. This is why I don't use a stupid program. Napoleon Bonaparte, my great 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 grandfather. How are you doing? Oh my God! I am joined tonight by Girim Monolith, the editor
Hello.
for Dark Titan. I am here also with Janaya. She is now hopping up in my lap here, wanting her treats. She hears me talking to you guys. How are you guys all doing tonight? This is Janaya. Oh my God! And I'm getting licked.
Cinder, I was yelling at the screen, no audio, forgetting that you couldn't actually hear me yell at the screen.
Well, of
I
course.
was screaming at the because I was in the backstage,
Yeah,
where you can't hear me talk, and
yeah.
I'm sitting here screaming, going, "No audio, no audio." Oh, he can't hear me. Oh God.
See, I was freaking out because all of a sudden my video quality was it disappeared. I was like, what happened? I had it all set up, all nice and neat, and then things were not working well because I had it in Firefox, and then I have to go to Chrome to make these programs work properly. My God, Janaya, you are greedy tonight. You are greedy. Yes, actually,
Yes, I just want to mention for those who don't know, 95% of the time when you see the Dark Titan media account talking in chat, that is me,
yes,
not Vara. She does not really use that account because
she's usually on her own.
she has her own very dark account that she uses that is separate, and she does that because we use that Dark Titan media channel for podcasts that
Yes.
Cinder is on sometimes. So she tends to stay off that channel just for that reason. Although she, of course, has access to it as she's the one that originally made the channel, and we are just using her channel for our podcast. But
I have a very interested dog right now into treats. She is all over me for these treats tonight. There we go. That's the last one I'm giving you, okay? Is that okay? Can you say hi? Maybe you'll get one later. Anyway, it's funny. Someone picks the name of Napoleon Bonaparte, comes in the chat, is talking, and it's actually really funny. On my dad's side, down the lineage line, he was actually lineage to the King of Spain, which was the brother to Napoleon Bonaparte back during the time where they were trying to conquer that side of the world. So it's kind of funny.
I thought maybe they would try to impersonate Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, right? Because
I guess that is the new movie coming out, isn't it?
No, it came out last year.
Oh, did it come out last year?
Yeah, it came out last year. Oh, it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yes, the doggo is hungry there, Neil. Who do we have? Who do I have? I've got Neil, I got Trent, Dark Titan, of course, is here. Jojo is here.
Yes, I'm here.
Seeing is here. Now, here's the one thing. I guess I'll get this right off the bat. The normal donation tabs, the jump scares probably won't work with Streamlabs because I'm not running an OBS where it has that plugin. So you guys know you're more than welcome to donate to the stream, but they will probably not cause a jump scare because I don't think Streamlabs and StreamYards talk to each other at all.
So you can, just so you know, you can do a thing in the future where you use StreamYards and you don't go live with StreamYards, but you use StreamYards to bring all your guests in and you use it to share your screens, and then you have OBS go live to YouTube, and you have OBS pick up your StreamYards tab, right? And then all of your OBS settings still stay, but you're using StreamYards to bring all your guests on and communicate.
Last time I did that, you yelled at me.
No. Then I was wrong, and I apologize.
Because that's what I did last time, but then I couldn't share things in StreamYards with everyone because StreamYards wasn't controlling the stream, and OBS was.
But if you go to share screen in StreamYards and you are picking up that tab using OBS,
So
it should still stream.
hold on. So you're trying to
Okay,
explain to me, you open StreamYards, you start it with StreamYards, then you open OBS, you
yep,
then load StreamYards into OBS, and then put OBS back through StreamYards.
something like that. Yeah. It can be done. It can be done.
I get
I've
it.
explained to people how to do it. I've explained to
So
it can be done.
I mean, I could do that on the fly technically, but then it only lets me share one thing on StreamYards.
Yeah, well, then you could use OBS to split the screen and have StreamYards there, and then share things
Oh my
over
god, but those
StreamYards in
okay.
OBS using OB.
I don't know why they just don't talk to each other already. These are programs that are out there in the marketplace. Talking about programs in the marketplace, Adobe. Have you heard the stuff going on with Adobe? We'll touch on that.
Well,
Really
the reason why they don't talk to each other is because StreamYards wants you to pay for it. They want you
oh,
to
is that what it is?
yes. So we're of course on the you're using the free
Foxwood, welcome.
version, but to get more advanced features and more screen time per month, you have to buy a subscription from StreamYards. So that's why they don't want to do it. Anyway, what's going on with Adobe?
The people are upset with Adobe because they rolled out a new terms of service with Adobe.
Where you can buy the software outright without actually paying a subscription fee.
Yeah, and that's where it's convoluted, because it looks like it's the cloud service where you're paying the subscription that they're taking control of stuff, where they built into their new TOS that they can actually take all your creations that you're making in like Photoshop and videos, including NDA work,
Oh,
and
that's a big mess.
be able to view it and sell it.
That's a mess. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder how it's exactly worded in the TOS.
I was trying to go through it myself, and I got to the point where I was like, this looks like it's only the cloud subscription base that it's going to affect. I outright bought Adobe, so I don't think they can do that, because I then have to have it uploaded to a third party like YouTube in order for them to see it. So it doesn't make sense.
I use DaVinci Resolve for everything.
Yeah, and
recently
I found a way to get into DaVinci Resolve beta for free.
Oh, another version coming out?
No, you can download the beta version of DaVinci Resolve without paying for it and get all the features.
Oh, I paid for it because I professionally edit, of course.
Yes,
for Vara.
But
so I own.
You can do everything you can do in DaVinci Resolve, and you don't have to pay for
it. Well, that would be much cheaper. You know, just a quick introduction, just so if there are people here that don't know who I am Girim. I know I don't talk a lot on the Dark Tide Discord. I'm very busy.
He doesn't talk a lot because he watches the stars every day.
Yes,
this guy tells me when the sun is about to go nuclear on us, because he's an astrophysicist.
Yeah, so my regular job is I'm an astrophysicist. I do peer review, and I work on frequent radio burst signals for a bunch of several different New England-based universities. I'm not going to name them just so I don't get doxxed. But I watch the sky, and I watch the sun. So, and I do know when these huge solar storms are going to happen before most people know. And I let Cinder. I always tell Cinder, put your goddamn cell phone in a microwave. Put it in a microwave
or tinfoil. He tells me to put on my tinfoil hat quite often.
Yeah, I do. And then my secondary job is I am responsible for editing all of Vera Dark's videos. So all the videos that go up for her, and I'm not talking about streams and stuff like that. I don't do anything with the streams, but all of her videos that she records, they are then sent to me via a Dropboxer, and I then edit them, and then I post them. So that is how she is able to get up all the videos she does. You know, think about it. Think about how many videos Jeremy Hambly puts up, right?
I know. Like, he puts up 5 a day.
Yeah,
he was doing 5 or 6 a day.
He doesn't have one editor. He has 2 editors. right?
Yes.
That's how he
And
gets his videos up. He
yeah,
has 2 editors. Vara's output, I can handle her output because
yeah,
she's 2 to 3 videos. Once in a great while, she does 4. I can handle that output so myself. But someone like Hambly, oh my god, I could never do 5 videos for a dude in a day. No way. There's no way.
yeah.
Could happen.
So Erez here has a question. What the hell is DEI? And that's what we're going to be talking about
Yeah,
tonight.
why don't you run through like I mean, that's great. It's a great way to start. Run through the definition. Like, tell
Yes.
people what like what the definition is, and then kind of give us like an idea of what one side thinks it really means and what the other side thinks it
Yeah.
means. Like,
Well,
I know
yeah.
it's complicated. I look, nothing's exact. Nothing's exact, and I'm not
No.
saying I'm not saying anything you say or we say is going to be exact, but I think it'd be cool to kind of run through that from you.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, what is DEI? DEI is an acronym that stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And this, in the last, what is it, 4 years at this point, the entire election cycle from 2016 really became a big deal. And it's taken over movies, it's taken over video games, it's taken over board games at this point. Anime, like cartoons, anything you see that has some media presence, it is taking over. And up here in Canada, where I am, it's taken over a lot of the government entities up here as well. So it's a very um it's a
the
very
U.S. as well.
yeah, the US isn't as much because you do have 400 million people almost in the US. So you do
True.
have a little bit more pushback against it, unlike up here in Canada where we have 40 million people, the 10th of the population. And
Uh,
so it's very much easier to control a smaller population than a very vast population, and in each state they have a lot more control over what gets done. Um yeah, pretty much
oh,
where it
I just
comes
want
down.
to thank you, Trent. Uh, yes, it is almost a death sentence, but I have been doing it for going on 3 years now.
Yep.
So it's been a long haul. I've been editing for her for since she was a little itty bitty channel. You know,
Yes.
yeah, back with the whole when everything was Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, and
Remember?
when this used to be a weekly thing.
Yeah, yeah. Me and Cinder had an actual with Vara had an actual podcast
Yeah,
that we did
a
weekly.
long time
It was
ago.
called Titan's Table,
Yeah,
and oh my god, so many years ago. And we talked about Magic, we talked about
lots of
table
magic
talk.
back then.
Yeah, lots of Magic, D&D. Hell, we even brought up Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon when it
Yep,
was relevant. When it was
yep,
relevant to talk about it, right?
yeah.
Wow, wow. All of those episodes are still on the channel. They're just privatized.
Yeah.
Still, they're not deleted. They're still on the Very Dark main channel.
God,
She
if
still has
magic
them on there. They're not
if
deleted.
someone ever buys up Hasbro and fixes a lot of their stuff, maybe one day they can come back, but I never
Yeah, we'll make them public. Definitely, we'll make
Um,
them public.
so DEI in itself is really a trap, and this is where we've seen companies today. And the newest story out of it all is what's happened with Suicide Squad, with Rocksteady. Vera Dark broke a very large rumor going around online. It's being shown everywhere. There's news articles being written about it right now. Talking about how Rocksteady is hit rock bottom under Warner Brothers because they lost Warner Brothers $200 million with their failure of a game of Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad really promoted a lot of this DEI engagement where they're propping certain people up and down, taking other people down, killing, spoiler, Batman off in the game, for the sake of him being a rich white guy and saying we can't have that. We can't have that narrative. We have to prop up the mediocre, the ones that never earned anything, and make them much more what they are. Um,
And
I've
I again, to go to a comment Trent mentions in the chat,
Yeah.
where are these companies for the most part
Oh my god.
located? Where? Just tell us what. Please kindly lay it out for us, Mr.
Okay.
Cinder.
Okay.
Where are they located?
I will lay this up as an Albertan. I am in Alberta. We are so far removed
Yeah.
from the situation that we see ourselves in with this DEI nonsense. It is so far removed that most the rest of Canada, except for one province in particular, being Quebec, but most of Canada speaks English. Quebec, however, has French first. They push the French language first. And because they push that first, it comes with a lot of stereotypes and a lot of what would I call it? A lot of over enacting or overwhelming government control.
Bill
Pushing.
C. What's the bill name?
They have a lot of their own bills that push these things.
Well, just in general, there's the federal
The new
cultural
federal
bill,
ones are
yeah,
Bill C-18,
C-18, right?
C-11. You've got Bill 63, which is the new Online Harms Act. There's so many more bills. There's even other ones that are just crazy. Anyway, Quebec, they push they push diversity quotas. They push French language first. They push everything else that's against the Canadian, and they want to prop up more Canadian values, whatever those might be. And that has been one of the more contentious things. I believe it was Bill C-11 that is pushing for certain things with streaming and news articles, pushing the Canadian values. And that's where in Quebec has really been risen up and really propped that up. And because Quebec is so close to Ottawa being the province over, hell, they're separated by a bridge. A lot of Quebec also has their own federal party that gets some control federally to see what happens in Canada as a whole. And so a lot of that legislation that we see in Quebec gets pushed along federally across the country. And certain things like the French language, the Canadian values, where now the Canadian values have fallen into this DEI entrapment where they're pushing more things like that.
And now it's affecting all of us outside of the country.
It's affecting everybody.
Yeah.
And particularly where you have Quebec and Montreal, mostly Ubisoft, which is Ubisoft Quebec, Ubisoft Montreal. They have studios out there.
Sweet Baby Inc. is Canadian.
Sweet Baby Inc. Ghost Babies, I think,
Ghost Babies,
Ontario. Yeah. Ghost Babies is Ontario, but they push over to Sweet Baby Inc. with Montreal because that's where they are located with Kim Belair, controlling as the CEO there. She worked for Ubisoft. This is all where the tie-ins come in together. Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative consultant agency for video games in particular.
And what exactly, Cinder? I think this is the huge question that a lot of people ask all the time, right? And this is the one where we were told narrative consultation companies don't do what we think what we think they do, right?
Yeah, you know what?
What do they really? What do they really do? Like,
it depends on some people. Like Alyssa Mercante says that they only assist, they only give suggestions. But when you get Kim Belair's own words saying they will terrify the marketing department and push cancel culture down on a studio that is looking for more what they consider more authentic diversity in a video game. Is that authentic? It isn't, because at some point someone's losing something for someone else to gain a step. And that's what they're doing. They take the scales and they shift them in one direction away from the people that would have gone forward in this type of scenario and push it towards something else, being that diversity. And this is where the equity side of things, equity wants the equal outcome instead of the equal opportunity to outcome.
Right. So the idea of a meritocracy, right,
Yes.
is like completely foreign to people that really believe in DEI, and that's the problem. They believe in quota over merit.
Yes.
Right. It's always about quota over merit. It's about handicapping people that they think have more to make it so that others can rise up because they can't do it on their own.
Yeah.
So in a way, DEI policies such as affirmative action, which was a huge problem in the United States until recently, where it was finally thrown out by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but
Okay.
like the affirmative action stuff kind of tapered off really, really lots back in the 80s. You used to have people where it would get propped up, but it was working in the opposite effect where it was actually full on discrimination. But now they're trying to hide it as the opposite of discrimination by saying this person, because they have a minority status, they get the better chance at it instead of the people that have been around here and may have been around for a lot longer. And that's where the difference
they're pretending that identity and race is is a form of merit, right?
Yes.
So you like when you're looking at someone's resume and you're trying to see what they've done, where they've worked, and you're adding up all of the value of that person that can that you can use towards your company, your school, your whatever. They are taking race and they are taking identity and they are using those in a merit-based form instead of just ignoring them, which is what should be done. They shouldn't ever count for anything. A person's skin color, a person's sex, sexual orientation, none of that should ever be seen as something that defines what that person's value is, right?
Yeah.
And they're taking those and assigning value to them and merit to them to put them above other people because there's the claim that they're marginalized, and because they're race A, they need they need a handicap to achieve, right? Because they can't achieve on their own.
Yeah. Well, like up here in Canada, we actually have a grant program. If you are a minority owned business right now in Canada, you can apply for $1,000 grant for your business.
And what's their definition of minority? I wonder.
Yeah.
Do they have a definition?
If you're a Black Canadian.
So their only definition of minority is a Black Canadian.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That is a brilliant definition. Now, I you know what? I think that tomorrow I am just going to take every single paper that I have to review on stellar astronomy and I'm going to erase the type of star it is and just put ball of fire in the sky. Ball of fire in the sky. We don't need to classify stars anymore.
Here's the Black Entrepreneur Program.
So it's not, so they're actually naming Black people. They're not even saying minority.
Yep.
It's just okay. Do they have any other grants or internships like this?
This is a loan fund. Yeah, like
what about Indigenous people? What about Indigenous?
You would think Indigenous would be front and center because we are much more Indigenous than a lot of things.
There's a lot of Native Americans that live in Canada,
including myself.
Yeah, a lot of Native Americans. So you'd think, and I know that over the years, Canada has had some trouble with abiding by certain treaties that they had made with Indigenous people that they have repeatedly broken. I'm not saying it hasn't happened in the United States. It probably has many times, but I know that I have read about various cases of the Canadian government not abiding by treaties that were written a long time ago.
There is still Indigenous reserves up here that have no running water.
Wow.
Yes. It's pretty ridiculous. In all honesty, they are not hooked up to water. They can't. Yeah, I'm only part Xerox. Only part. I'm more Métis when it comes down to it.
But you're all Canadian, though. That's all that matters.
That's exactly that's all that matters is I'm Canadian.
And he's 100%. He's 100% Oilers too.
Yes, Yes, 100%. Oilers, go Oilers. The Stanley Cup Finals start tomorrow. I cannot wait right
Okay, so
now.
I know you're
I know
very
you're going to get
excited
me off
about
topic
sports
if we
puckball.
continue, so we'll stay
Yeah.
on topic.
So right. I know you had some articles you want to take a look at. You wanted to talk about
Well,
Rocksteady going out. You had started on Rocksteady.
yeah, which I do have up there. So I can let's see if I can get to here. We'll go to there. Add to stage. Behind Suicide Squad, the year's biggest video game flop. Now it's just a video game flop. No reasoning behind it. This article was put up by Jason Schreier. So
Oh,
I
he's
know
the
you
best.
know Jason Schreier
He's the
very
best.
well there, Grim. Who
Oh,
is Jason?
Jason Schreier used to be the 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 lead. I'm going to call him the lead writer because he wasn't the editor, but he was the lead writer for Kotaku for years, right? And he kind of put Kotaku on the map. And I I will give him the only credit I will give him is his investigational skills on some of the topics have been good. He has exposed some things in the video game industry that were pretty bad, like stuff going on at Blizzard,
But hold on,
Crunch.
with
He
the stuff
exposed.
with Blizzard that was exposed, was there stuff that behind that, or did it just kind of this happened?
Well, it was brought to him, and he wrote about it. Um, Also, all the stuff on Video Game Crunch, right? And you know how a lot of journalists were running stories about how Video Game Crunch was basically killing programmers, right? He did a lot of research into Video Game Crunch and the history of it, and he did that stuff. But he is an SJW as much as they come, and it's in all of his writing. He is also a cover man for the industry.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
because he's one of the most well-known video game journalists in the world, when you need a cover story, he's the man you go to. He doesn't work for Kotaku anymore. Actually, I think Alyssa McConte is the one that has his job, the
Right now.
his position right now. He moved on to Bloomberg, a bigger outlet than Kotaku, and now he is the lead video game / tech journalist for Bloomberg, and that's
By the
where he
way,
is right now.
while we're talking about media, you heard that Gizmodo was sold, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, was that part of the Ziff Davis sale? I forgot. You know how Ziff Davis just bought the game, not the gamer. They bought VG 24/7 and
Yeah, that was
Gamer
part of
Network.
the that was the IGN acquisition.
Right.
But I
I'm
don't
sorry.
think
Right.
Gizmodo
Well,
was part of that.
right. When I say IGN, I'm talking about Ziff Davis owns IGN. So when I say Ziff Davis, I mean IGN.
I just randomly got a joke
Yeah.
sent over my way. Why is 10 afraid of 9?
Tell us what's the punchline.
Because he realized he was in the middle of 911.
Okay. Okay. All right. Who sent that? Desolator?
Nope, that
Desolator
was
listens?
Discord.
Okay. He sent to a wrong
Hi,
Discord.
Desolator. Oh, that's how. Oh, so bad. Yeah. Captain Craig, welcome. It's a raid. Oh, Desolator's raiding. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to whatever we're going to be calling this for the next little while. We're talking about how DEI has killed games, and Magic the Gathering is one of those as well. So,
Definitely.
what they've done to Magic, how Hasbro has just enveloped the entirety of the game. It's so bad in that sense. Some of the artwork that they've come out in the last few years is absolutely ridiculous. Janaya for PM 2025. Come here, Janaya. She's sleeping. Desolator. Janaya.
And the Lord of the Rings set.
Oh my god, that Lord of the
That was
Rings
quite
set.
a set, right, Cinder? That was quite a set.
Yeah, that was quite the set. Oh, why do I have this one? I want this one.
Oh, it looks you unshared the
Come
screen.
here. Everyone wants to see you. Everyone wants to see Janaya. There you go. There she is. There you go, Desolator. Janaya for PM. Oh, here's playing Discord with this joke. One more, Janaya. One more. Come here. I know everyone wants
Playing
to see you.
Discord, don't you mean playing nobody?
Yeah, playing nobody because he's
Plain absolutely nobody.
good girl. Good girl. Janaya for keeping 2025. Yes. Oh my God. Janaya for sleeping 2025. Well, at least
Yeah.
she at least poops in the yard and not in her pants.
That's a story I don't know if we want to hear.
Oh no, I'm not talking about anything Canadian on that one.
Yeah, gotcha. Right. I think you're talking about a sleepy old man named Joe. That's all we got to say, right? As a
Yeah,
sleepy old man named
yeah,
Joe.
yeah. He's sleepy. He's old, and
And
those
his name
mushrooms he
is
took that night were
uh,
not for
and
not
his
good.
name is Joe. Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. All right. So keep going. So that's basically the story of who Jason Schreier is, and now you know what it kind of when you hear about like in movies you hear about like CIA fixers and whatnot.
yes,
Jason Schreier is basically the gaming industry fixer now, right?
yeah.
So when you need a cover story, you go to Schreier and Bloomberg to get it written.
Mike, his I don't hear his mic clipping their Desolator. Why is it? Why is it that Desolator always comes in here saying someone's clipping? Corn
Yeah.
Pop was a bad dude, and he's afraid of toasters.
Well, I'm using it. I'm using a Yeti X microphone, so it's probably not clipping. I mean, this is like
Yeah, I
it's
don't
a
hear it
pretty
on
high
my end.
quality microphone.
He says
And you
turn it down. Turn it down and turn up the game. Is that usually how we fix that? You turn the mic down and then you turn the gain up.
if you go to my Logitech software, but sure.
Desolator's going to prove it right now. He's going to send me a clip recording you, of course. Okay. Anyway, with the article that Jason Schreier put up there for Behind the Suicide Squad, the year's biggest video game flop, losing $200 million. Rocksteady loses Warner Brothers $200 million, which is absolutely ridiculous. On May 9th, during an earnings call, Warner Brothers revealed it was taking a $200 million loss on Suicide Squad,
I don't
making
know.
it
Does it sound?
one of the worst gaming blunders.
Do I sound any? No, I didn't
You
save it.
sound fine to me. Yeah, if you're going to lose 200
Yeah.
million, Warner Brother.
Yeah, all the levels on my mic
That's funny.
are
Desolator,
correct.
that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty comical. Behind the scenes, according to interviews with 24 people who requested anonymity because they weren't authorized to speak to the press, the development of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was a tumultuous affair. I can't say half these words. Plagued by countless delays, the game failed for a number of reasons, said the people, including a constant shifting vision. Geez, I wonder who pushed that shifting vision forward. A culture of rigid perfectionism and a genre. Oh my
Genre.
God, genre pivot that was ill suited for the studio. Well, you have, I believe, in the video I did on this, I spoke about how they had 26 different writers or people inputting how the story was being told in it. And then you have Sweet Baby Inc., the narrative design that will take everything from those from those writers and say, we like this, we don't like this, we like this, let's change this, let's do that. And they put it all together in an amalgamation that that's not cohesive. And unfortunately, Jason Schreier here gets called out on his article, and he never mentioned anything that happened with Sweet Baby Inc.
No.
Suicide Squad was the one thing that really took off the what is now called DIED, or DEID, or at the time was Sweet Baby Inc. Detected. So DIE Detected is what that actually is now, with Carbutus Rambo, on the Steam curator page, which is
He
almost
just goes by
400,000.
Caboodus now, by the way.
Caboodus, yes.
Yeah.
It's almost at 400,000 people subscribing to this curator
Yep,
group
it's got very
on
popular.
Steam. It's very popular. And Jason, in his article, decides, oh, I'm not going to cover this at all, but he gets called out on it. So someone,
Well, then he called everyone who believes in this narrative that these narrative consultation companies are ruining games hallucinating. He
Yeah.
said he said we're all hallucinating.
It's all a hallucination.
Yeah, it's not real.
They don't
It's not
exist in Canada. It's nothing to do with the Canadian government funding these companies to push these certain things out in the media entirely. I don't know, maybe there is. I did a video on that as well. But it's called out here. Not one mention of the woke tone turning off fans or SBI influence, the short form for Sweet Baby Inc. Really, Jason? Jason comes back with this article is about what actually happened. So he is now the authority on what actually happened. People are not allowed to make up their minds. You're not allowed to have a different telling whatsoever of what's been going on in the industry for the last, how many months is it now, Grim? When was Vera's first video on Sweet Baby Inc?
It'd have to be back probably October, November.
Yeah.
Of 2023 is when she started talking about Sweet Baby Inc. And it was really, Sweet Baby Inc. has been around since 2018, but it's this game, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, that put them on the map.
Yeah.
It's this game that everyone started to see them for what they, because remember back when everyone was playing God of War, no one was really talking about Sweet Baby Inc.
No,
God of War.
People were mentioning things with God of War that things just didn't seem right. Hello, Roxas, welcome, and Zurox. I did see you there too. If I didn't say hi.
And by the way, Schreier's actual quote was, "The SBI boycott is a hallucination created by grifters." That is Jason Schreier's actual quote. The Sweet Baby Inc. boycott is a hallucination created by grifters. And he was saying that because
funny because I just did a search for grifter in the article and it doesn't even show up. Wonder if he changed it. I do have an archive of the article, so I think that might have been a quote that he said later, maybe.
That was on Twitter.
Okay, yeah. It's right here. It's right here. I got it.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. Sorry about that. It was on Twitter.
Yeah. So yeah, he says this what actually happened. This person also in the name Justin, right? So it didn't have any effect on development behind the scenes, hiring practices, or turning off millions of fans. Do you not remember what this game kicked off with the SBI drama to begin with? Not to mention it is a negligent,
Yeah.
Absent journalism, dishonestly so. I asked 24 people who worked on the game what went wrong, and not a single one mentioned the words "sweet baby." You are chasing angry hallucinations created by grifters who make money off your rage.
So he asked the people that made the game.
He asked the people that made the game that weren't allowed to give any names whatsoever behind their
who were trying to save their jobs
NDA.
and cover.
Hey, Maz.
And cover what happened. And he expects to actually have them tell him what actually went down. I mean, that's not a very smart journalist.
Yeah. Like he's really doing the narrative. He's really pushing what he believes he got out of his interviews with the 10, 20 people he attempted to talk to at the company. Rox says what's going on is we're talking about DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, how it's become this trap in video games, media, everything that we see in the situation of modern day telling for modern audiences. Don't we love that term, modern audiences? Oh, yeah, he's
Right.
gut guarding. Exactly, Foxwood.
And
Yeah,
this is what I was trying to mention before. This is what he is for the industry now,
yeah,
right? He's become the fixer, right? So because his he writes for an outlet which is distributed a little wide, has more of a wider reach than
yeah,
say Kotaku, because Kotaku and all of the gaming sites, IGN, and whatnot, their reach is kind of insular in the way that it's just gamers or people into tech that are reading it.
and that's
But
it. Like,
yeah, people that read Bloomberg, where he writes, they're Bloomberg is a much bigger news organization, so they cover a lot more topics. So they go to him because his articles are going to be on a site where they can be seen by people that aren't necessarily just looking for gaming news, right? So they can get kind of spread further out there. So
yeah,
that's why he's kind of become the fixer for a lot of companies.
yeah. Yeah. By the way, Maz, yeah, in Florida, and I did see that Disney withdrew their lawsuit against Florida, which was a $17 million lawsuit or $1 billion lawsuit against the state recently for the things that they've been that they're now playing ball with Florida. So we'll hopefully see things change back to the good old days of Disney. I doubt
Well,
it
if the
because
acolyte,
look at the acolyte. Oh
if
my
the acolyte
god.
is any telling,
I do have a video coming out on that tomorrow for all of you. Oh man. Okay, Roxa. Yeah, so last thing he's gonna say on the topic, the premise of the story of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, were the vision of Stefan Hill, director of Arkham Trilogy. Anyone who tells you that Sweet Baby made them kill Batman or anything else is lying, period. I have a hard time believing that the original Arkham Trilogy director, writer went into the room and said, "We're going to kill Batman off here. We're going to kill him." I really have a hard time believing that unless they're making it for modern audiences, which is
well,
you throw out everything
all
at
of
the
the
wall.
Justice League characters had to die. That's just the
Yeah,
but it's how they died is really the problem, right? The only character that got kind of a hero's death in the game, and I didn't play it myself, but I did see Vara's playthrough,
yeah,
and they all died gruesomely and terribly, except for Wonder Woman.
yeah.
Wonder Woman got like this like heroes send off sort of thing, and Flash and Batman, and they just their
Like,
deaths were
what's
terrible.
the point? Like, it comes down to what's really the point in killing off all the superheroes for DC? It doesn't make any sense. These are the characters that that made them what they are today, what DC is today. And you go ahead and you kill them, and they're saying, okay, we're going to bring in all these new ones. And you just sit there and go, well, why don't we just go back to the drawing board and retell a different part of their story? That's what sells. That's what people want. They don't want a new story because the second you go off and you make a new story, you get absolute junk and no one wants it because they're not building them up. Look at what happened with Rey and Star Wars. She was from the get-go picks up a lightsaber and suddenly knows how to use it and knows how to fight completely, where Kylo went through training and they show some of that and how he fell from grace. And it's absolutely ridiculous in the Jedi story. And now we have the Acolyte, which, the spoiler on that, a single knife dagger hits someone in the chest, it kills you instantly, but a lightsaber through the abdomen does absolutely no damage, and you're back up and running. Fires out in the middle of space. You know, it, that's the way things are
I thought the campfire
now. Yeah,
looking scene of the ship on fire. I haven't watched the Acolyte, but it looked like there was like a little campfire on the ship while it was floating in
yeah.
space. Clearly, it's supposed to be damage caused by a blaster that hit the ship, and the ship is supposed to be on fire, but it's floating in space. So, and
And
it looked
you
like a
being
little
an
campfire.
astrophysicist, how does fire react in space?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Things just get really hot and turn to plasma, right? There's no
Yes.
fire. Fire is the reaction of heat and oxygen, right?
Yeah.
There's no oxygen in space, so there's no fire in space.
I'm a tradesperson. I took Firewatch training. You learn in Firewatch training, it's the triangle. And without
Yep.
oxygen, you have no fire.
Yeah. Without oxygen, you have no fire. It's simple as
And
that.
I'm sorry.
Little
That
children know
course,
that.
I have to say, in when it comes to tradesman stuff, that ticket is probably one of the most useless tickets I've ever owned. In my entirety of being a tradesperson, you learn how to use a fire extinguisher at the base of a fire. To
Well,
put it,
space is not a not 100% vacuum, but there's no oxygen floating
well,
around. So
you would have like when you have a leak on a ship that would technically possibly leak oxygen, yes, you could have a fire in space. It would also be more of a blue tinge than what you would see
yeah, it
in
would
the
be a blue
Acolyte, where
tinge,
it's
and
a full-on orange flame waving in the wind.
yeah, like it was a camp. It looked like a campfire.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
a campfire, right?
exactly it. I
Where it
saw
would
that
look
clip.
more like you've seen the blue torches, right? Fire
Yeah,
torches, right? That's what it would look like if you had an oxygen leak and you had um and you had some combustible material and it created any type of fire. It would look like that. It wouldn't look like a campfire. Literally, if you look at them, you can find the image on Twitter of the
I'm
ship burning,
looking. I'm
and
looking.
it's like a it looks like a campfire.
That's just a thing. How about this? I gotta find it here. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I don't need
Yeah,
to play the
play it.
audio.
It's oh god, it's hilarious. It's like, are they gonna make s'mores on that or what?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it's like, are they gonna make s'mores on
Ah,
that?
I don't want sound. Yeah, seriously, are you coming out here to make s'mores on this?
Yeah.
This is the middle of space. You've got the fire. Like, I get it. Maybe there's oxygen flowing into space. You've got the venting valve, but like that's flame like it's on Earth. That's not in a vacuum. That's like full on dancing flame.
Yep. Yep. It's full on campfire,
Yeah.
right? I kind of agree with boycotts don't necessarily work, but
No.
clearly, um, and I don't even call for boycotts. And I don't know about you, Cinder. Vara hardly ever calls for boycotts either, right?
Yeah,
But but we all use the statement "speak with your wallet," and you can't disagree with this though. These companies have been taking a huge loss. Clearly, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was a massive loss,
oh my
right?
god.
So
Massive loss.
yeah,
You
there was no
cannot take a
boycott,
$200
but
million
it was a
loss.
massive loss.
You cannot take a $200 million loss and not expect layoffs. Hasbro, with what happened over the last couple, they took a 24% hit last year. And it's just going to be worse this year because they don't have games like Baldur's Gate 3 to prop them up in quarter 3.
And
It's
speaking of Baldur's Gate 3, just a quick side note, you saw what the director of the new Dragon Age game said, right?
I didn't see that. I know they changed the name of the new Dragon Age
Yes, well,
Red.
just go to Vera's channel and just look at the title of her Dragon Age video from today. Just
I was probably busy, of course. Okay. Now I gotta look.
it's just a second video. Maybe it was the first video that went up today. I don't remember when I posted it.
Dragon Age Velgard director claims inherently queer. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Inherently queer
Now,
is what you want in a video game. You want your games to be completely gay. That's exactly it. Whatever. They want to make a game gay, make the game gay. It's not going to make a difference. The difference is going to be if people are going to buy it. Are you who are you marketing with this at that point?
They're marketing. Hold on. Clearly, they're marketing it towards a modern audience. What are you thinking here, Cinder?
Yeah,
It's
who's
for
the
a
modern
modern.
audience now?
Oh well, that I can't define for you. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you what they're doing. They're
I
marketing it for a modern audience.
yeah. Apparently,
Ch-
the modern audience
Chat.
are 16 to
Let's
25-year-olds, and not a single one of them want traditional values.
let's leave it. Let's leave it to chat. Chat. Tell
Point of
me and
view,
Cinder
gorilla tag.
what
Yeah,
what is a modern audience? Please, someone in chat, let us know. What is a modern audience?
yeah. What is the modern audience? Chat's got to have this.
No, no, oh no. Dragon Age was kind of a
Jamie,
lost
the
favorite.
modern audience. This is like Cards Against Humanity. The modern audience is ... game journalists.
Game journalists, Kathleen Kennedy, Disney,
Bo with modern audience are idiots.
Alyssa McConaughey,
You know,
Jason Schreier. They're all part of the modern audience.
modern audience. It's just crickets. It's just crickets. They sit there off in the wind doing their own thing. I like JoJo's here. The government who told them to do it is the modern audience.
So now we have a new consultation company that's kind of rearing its head called Hit Detection.
Yeah, I kind of looked into them a little bit.
Yep. What'd you find?
Well, what did I find is
Yes.
they've only got 2 people that are publicly showing that they work for Hit. No, 3 people publicly showing that they work for Hit Detection.
Quick question. Did they possibly used to show more, and then when the Sweet Baby Inc. backlash started happening, suddenly their employee list shrunk? Maybe, maybe
Um,
not. I don't
I
know.
believe their employee list went more private. Yes.
Okay, all right.
We've
That's what
seen
I
this with a
was
lot of
thinking.
these narrative consultant agencies. Now, Hit Detection might not be as bad as we think it is. They're no Sweet Baby Inc. They are in no way Sweet Baby Inc. However, I believe they're from Vancouver, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
So Vancouver, being a coastal city, you still get a lot of the I don't know what water and oceans do to people, but it makes things be more woke in this sense. It's very strange that we
Well,
have
but
Quebec and then
Florida seems to be
yeah,
not
Florida, I
so
guess not.
much.
I guess not.
They and they're surrounded by water.
Yeah, they're surrounded by water. They've got nowhere to go. They just got to fight
Yeah,
off alligators.
they're,
But you do have
they're a
Florida, man.
peninsula state.
See, you have Florida, man. So water does strange things to people. Period.
I remember Florida Man. Yeah. Did he try to sue GTA
He
Rockstar?
said, I don't know if the lawsuit actually went through.
No, yeah, I don't think it did, but did he threaten? He was like, I just want $1 million.
Maz, I'm not necessarily saying people that near water are woke, but I'm saying people that are near water seem to have a screw loose.
I literally live on the Atlantic Ocean. I live in Massachusetts on the Atlantic, literally on the coast. Like the beach is 10 minutes from my house.
It's all the salt. It's all the salt. They
It's
have
all
to
the
expunge the salt somehow.
I'll tell you what the salt does destroy. It's all our cars.
Yep.
God damn it. All the cars around here are rotting.
People who live in cities have a screw loose. Oh, what's my excuse then? At least I live in Edmonton and not Calgary right now. Holy cow, what happened to Calgary this week is unbelievable. Grandma, explain to me. You're a very smart
Sure.
person.
Yeah, I
Explain to
can
me,
try. I can't explain lunacy, but I will try.
explain to me how a city's infrastructure of their main water line bursts, causing a water advisory for the entire city and surrounding areas with a do not shower advisory.
So the water line burst.
The
And
main
then
water line for the entire city and surrounding communities.
okay, but they were still receiving water. It's just it was leaking everywhere, right?
Well, it's flooded so bad down there, the Trans-Canada Highway has been shut down.
Ah,
Yeah.
so they're just draining those reservoirs dry.
Yeah. But in what infrastructure of a city doesn't have a diversion of their main water supply?
So there should be more than one water source coming into the city. So, like for example, I know the city of Boston really well because I work a lot in Boston. Boston has like four main waterways coming in. There's waters coming to the city four different directions, right? So they could literally shut down one of them, and they would still have three sources of water coming into the city. So
Yeah.
that's just basic civil engineering, right? In anything like that, you need to have redundancies, especially when people's lives
That's
depend on it.
exactly
You need to have
it.
redundancies.
I'm an industrial electrician. We have redundancies for everything. We have your main power and you have your battery backup UPS uninterrupted power.
Right.
And they're there. And then there's redundancies over redundancies.
Yeah.
So things don't go down in a heartbeat. When I heard the story and the advisory started coming out across Alberta, I was like, what the hell? How does this even happen? How is their infrastructure so poorly planned that they don't have a redundancy for this? They still, last I checked, they still haven't found the source of the leak. And it's been 3 days.
They should have they should have a they should be able to find it using radar.
Something.
Well,
Apparently, it's
so what the radar tells them, because radar can't penetrate water, of course, because it's
yeah,
it's not going to penetrate water. But what radar will show them is where like the water is where it's collecting the most, right? So they can see where the movement of the water is the highest because of the reflection of the radar off the top of the water. Because of course, radar
yeah.
again can't penetrate water.
It's kind of funny. Neil brings up a good point here. The DEI graduates working on it.
Yeah,
While
those
we do
civil
have a
those
very Calgary has a very woke mayor right now.
those DEI civil engineers, they're the best.
Yeah.
Those
Yep.
civil engineers,
Trust
those DEI
trust
civil
them with
engineers.
everything. Trust them to the nth degree.
Right. It's just like what they always say about doctors, right? What do you call the engineer that graduated last in his class?
The engineer.
Engineer.
Yeah.
And where's he working? Apparently for your city, for the city of Calgary.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently he's working for the city of Calgary.
Yeah. A lot of us used to pride ourselves on being some of the smartest tradespeople out there. I don't know what's going on anymore. Anyway, back with the Acolyte really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's reporting that the Acolyte had almost 5 million people watch the first 2 episodes of the Acolyte. I didn't watch it. You didn't watch it.
I did not.
Yeah, Infinity Crafty. Let a doctor kill your child. No. Yeah, nobody watched it, but a financial analyst, they've got this up here on Back Part Place. Financial analyst calls Star Wars The Acolyte global viewership pathetic and explains only about 3% of Disney Plus subscribers watched it. This is about the same thing that we saw with the X-Men 97 cartoon, where it was only 6% of the viewers watched it. 3% of viewers watched
So
Ahsoka.
what is the Disney Plus subscriber numbers? Is it like 120 million or something?
I thought it was
along those lines?
158 million or something like that.
158 million. Okay, gotcha.
I think that's the last number I said and saw. And
I think and Netflix is like 210 million,
yeah,
roughly something like that.
let's see if I can find it here really quick. 153.6 million are subscribed to Disney Plus.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, 5 million is a low percentage of that. Yeah,
So
it's all good.
yeah, so 5 million people watched it, but only 150 million have Disney Plus. So that's kind of a very low,
Yeah.
low thing.
And what about that? What about the user score? What do the user scores look like?
Oh, the user scores. The
Yeah.
user
What do the
scores.
user scores look like? Because we don't care about the critic scores. They're just going to lie to us anyway. So
Yeah, the
we're
critics
interested in what the users have to say.
specifically find
And
it.
by
Yeah.
users, we mean
Oh,
watchers. Or
Rotten Tomatoes is updated. Rotten Tomatoes is updated. They're certifying fresh for the critic scores.
of course.
Yesterday they weren't. I did my video yesterday, so that video will come out tomorrow on this. I have much different numbers than what they're showing here.
What are they showing?
Okay, hold on. I'm getting there. I'm learning this system. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is currently what they are showing on the front page for the Acolyte. They have 91% giving it a certified fresh. Apparently, that's all critics are saying that. The audience with the 32%, that's come up. I when I did my video, it was at 26%.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that is still lower than Last Jedi.
yeah, we'll have to look it up here. But you know, if you switch this over to the top critics, the critics that matter only give it a 75%. And then they still certify it fresh. It's this goes hand in hand with the reporting that we've seen from Rotten Tomatoes. We know they pay off reviews now. The
Last
Jedi,
Jedi was 41%.
41% for all audience. All critics gave it 91%, but the top critics gave it a 95%. 41% for The Last Jedi. I wanted my 2 hours back. I went to the theater in a Jedi robe and a lightsaber to see this movie, and I walked out of there and said, I want my money back and my time. It was horrendous. I was pissed.
Well, I just want to reiterate the point. We're not looking at the site for the critic scores. We're looking at the site for the audience/user scores.
Yes.
We always disregard critic scores unless they actually hate a movie. Then we talk about it because it's probably a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly it. I just closed that accidentally. I want this one. So, also, the other thing that's coming out with the Acolyte, apparently the Force is literally female now.
Well,
Literally female.
the Force is female. I mean, that's been Kathleen Kennedy's kind of MO for
Hello,
years now,
Seth.
right?
Yeah, Mario got bombed too. That was another one.
For critic scores, did he get bombed?
Yes. Critics
And
scored bomb
This
Mario.
is why this is why we ignore the critics those scores.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 59.
What's audience?
95.
95. Well, like I said, I only look at Rotten Tomatoes for the audience scores. I don't care what the critics say anymore because
I am going to point out something here because it goes against Mario, but whatever. When you have scores that are up in the high 90s, and you have scores that are way down in the tens, you're getting a very low percentage of viewers that actually see things. There was a study done. I'm still looking for it. It was left as a comment on one of my Baldur's Gate 3 videos back a long time ago, talking about the review scores for Baldur's Gate. And they were saying in a lot of cases where you have a 90% or higher review score of a movie or a video game, those reviews are of a much lower percentage of people that actually possibly purchased it, or a much lower amount of people that saw it. We know Mario made $1 billion. We know they made $1 billion. It spawned so many more toys. We know the numbers for Mario were gigantic. But if you look at their audience score here, you have 50,000 plus ratings on Rotten Tomatoes from the people that actually took the time to go review Super Mario Brothers. When we go back to the Acolyte, they have over how do you spell this? I'll just put Star Wars. It'll find out faster. Star Wars The Acolyte. There it is. They have, I believe it was 100,000. Oh no, it doesn't say. I thought it said. Hey, it's no
too
longer
new,
it's
and
no longer fresh, guys. It's lost its freshness in real time.
also keep in mind that Acolyte only has 2 episodes, so there's still a bunch more
I
episodes to come
guess
out.
that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the
So
Last Jedi that showed 100,000. Yeah, okay. The Last Jedi actually shows that they had 100,000 people that reviewed it. So people really did see the movie, right? And that's where the difference is between 50,000 to 100,000 people reviewing a movie. That number can be gigantic or a lot smaller than what it actually is.
but the same researchers, and I've actually seen the study you're talking about. I don't remember where
Yeah,
to find it either right now. I'm not going to look for it. They in no way attributed scores to critics at all.
yeah,
They
no,
completely ignored the entire industry of movie and entertainment criticism, and they didn't research that, right, at all. So
okay.
I I
When it
find
comes to
anything they
video
say to
games, was what it was
what's
more about. Right?
true.
It just shows you the disparaging here. The numbers are much different here. You've got 50,000 people that go and review Mario. Now, who saw Mario? It would have been a lot more kids. It wouldn't have been the adults that would go out and actually review this. It would be a lot more kids and kids buying up toys and everything else around Mario. Where Star Wars The Last Jedi, it would have been a lot more people that were into the
But the
fandom.
kids weren't reviewing Mario on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, exactly. Exactly. Hell, the Jedi fandom is a religion up here in Canada. There's over and there was over 20,000 people that saw Jediism as a religion.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was actually it's a recognized religion by the Canadian government.
Yes. Okay.
Go Canada!
Yeah,
Yay!
yay. We're at least maybe we have something good coming out of it, apparently. Yeah, so apparently the Force is going to birth its own self again, but then they're going to come out saying that the Force is female, even though it's an everything. So there's a little bit of female in everything now.
So okay, so aside from Star Wars, okay, what's
Yeah,
going on with this new Sony shooter?
the new Sony shooter. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't. You know what? I haven't covered that one. I know you guys did. Do you got the article for that? What was it called again?
Concord, I
Yeah,
believe.
Concord. To me, it looked like Overwatch, and I was like, "This is just the same thing
Well,
as
it
what."
is an Overwatch clone.
Yeah.
It is. It looks like an Overwatch clone.
Uh,
Um,
game.
See if you can find a
Yeah,
article.
yeah. PlayStation Studios' new 5v5 multiplayer shooter Concord. Let's get this up here. This is from Back Park Place. It gets raked over the coals for pushing pronoun nonsense and DEI character design. What kind of ad are they trying to give me? That can go away. um, yeah, so I saw this. I wasn't going to cover it because Overwatch is pretty much doing what this is doing. It's just this is new, and Overwatch has been out for a lot longer. You have Activision Blizzard, which actually has a hold in the marketplace. So I don't see this game doing anything in the long run. I just see this as a waste of money for the PlayStation side of things, because they're pushing into what's the engagement trap of DEI. They're saying, "Listen, we're going to push this. It's going to come out, and they're making all the characters completely woke in it." And I went, man, yeah, it'll die off so fast. That's exactly it. They're making this game, and the it's like Cool. It's a game. Do I
To be
care
fair,
about the game anymore?
remember there's some DEI characters already in Overwatch and
Yeah.
Apex Legends and whatnot, but it's fine. I mean, I feel like those games don't overly push the
No,
message,
and they
but
don't.
but there is representation, as they like to call it in those games. But and a lot of people were telling the Concord devs don't do this, and
If you're gonna make
Concord
these
devs
things,
are
don't make it front and center. Don't
yeah.
make it about the game, right? M Focus on gameplay first. If you wanna hash out a couple characters later on, whatever. But where they're making DEI characters designs and being a ripoff of Overwatch is what Trent here is saying in the article. Firewalk Studios, a subsidiary of PlayStation Studios, provided a number of new details about their upcoming 5v5 shooter, Concord, during the PlayStation State of Play presentation. By the way, I watched the Game Fest today. What an embarrassment that was.
It wasn't very good.
No, it was horrible. It was
And
absolutely horrible. It felt completely rushed. It felt like what was the cost for a trailer? 2-minute trailer was $250,000. It
two hundred
felt like
fifty
they were
thousand
just
dollars. Yep.
they put all these trailers together and went, give me money, give me money, give me money, and I'll put it up on the screen and everyone's gonna watch it. I was like, this is the most embarrassing thing I have ever seen for a game show in the history of game shows. Like,
And you
how
know
about
what?
this? Can you guys
Price tag, Cinder, with that price tag, why would you want to pay that? If you're Microsoft, if you're Sony, if you're Nintendo, you already have your own YouTube channels, your own
yeah,
X accounts. You can just do your own drop. You don't need to pay them $250,000.
that's exactly
You
it.
just do your own drop.
Like it blew my mind watching. I watched that today over on Vera's channel when she live streamed it, and I was like, "What the hell is this crap?" And then they did like what was it, the Killer Bean trailer? I'm like, "What is this garbage of a game?"
Oh, and I can't like Jeff Keighley gets on my nerves now too. I hate like I don't know how you feel about him, but like watching him be, uh, the announcer for that show, like,
Oh
just
yeah, no,
gets on my
he is
nerves.
awkward as all hell. He was so awkward. I was like,
I
"Dude, you
I
need to take
can't
time in front of
believe
a
that I
camera."
put up with all of the years that he did E3, and I never felt this now he just annoys me.
You
Like,
know,
all
you
the
know,
years of E3 he did, and I never felt this way, and now I just look at him and I cringe.
probably the biggest highlights out of that was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But they tried to be really edgy with it, and I think it's gonna come off, poorly when the game launches.
Is it
They
is it gonna be the most queer game ever?
no.
I'm just joking. Like, because, Acolyte, the gayest Star Wars ever.
Yeah,
So dumb.
yeah.
R2 oh, you didn't mention that R2D2 is a lesbian.
Oh, yeah, because I never got
How
on
did
that
you
part.
forget that? How could
I
you
didn't
forget
forget
that?
that, I chose to ignore that.
Yes, for everyone watching, R2D2 is now a lesbian.
The legitimate R2D2 was actually a little person in the robot act no, working it. Oh my god. Making R2D2 a lesbian robot. When George Lucas originally had droids and the AI and all this, they had a certain level against the droids where they were discriminated against. Droids were second class citizens because they were working for the galaxy. They were droids. They're not real. They're AI. And what we're seeing today with how AI is being treated, how there's such a disparity against it, it was really telling the future, right? In the future we will
And
have droids, we will have Rosie the Jetson droid, we will possibly have an R2D2 working out there,
do you
but
know who the
now
act do you know who the actor is that played because the only actor I can think of is Warwick Davis, who played Wicket, and he also played Willow.
yeah, yeah,
But Warwick Davis played Wicket, the in Star Wars, but I don't
Yeah.
know who played R2D2.
Let's look. Google is our friend. Who controlled R2D2? Kenny Baker, who portrayed R2D2 in costume.
Well, Kenny Baker is a lesbian now,
Yeah, apparently.
apparently.
Passed away last summer. That's old, obviously.
He's been named post-mortem a lesbian.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There we go. Copy. Paste. Share. So he is all the way down here. There we go. That's the Kenny Baker, who passed away August 13, 2016, at the age of 83. That's really well for a little person. To live to 83 is amazing.
Warwick Davis isn't young, is he? Too, he's right. He's up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Warwick Davis is like 65, I think, isn't he? Am I wrong?
Oh, apparently they grind USB slots.
Oh no, Warwick Davis is younger than I thought. He's 54. I thought he was older than that. Yeah, wow. So Warwick Davis is really not that old. I thought he was older. He must have been really. So he was young when he played Willow and Wicket. He was young.
Yes, Jamie. There was both the remote control one and the one that he manipulated. Yeah, and Lando had it right the whole time. Yeah, Solo. You know, he went solo for those droids. Oh boy.
No, it was. I thought it was. Lando. Right.
Yeah,
Lando
yeah.
would be the one that became pansexual.
Yeah.
Right, in the Solo movie. That's what happened, right? I'm just trying to remember. Look, I've tried to block out a lot of Star Wars, so
Yeah, you know what? Me too. The original trilogy is Star Wars. I still, like the idea that Jar Jar Binks was maybe a Sith, but other than that, that's about it. Hey, Crash, welcome.
So get into some drama behind some of, because I think this is interesting. Some of the drama behind some of the people that are trying to defend these companies and defend this type of narrative design. People like Alyssa McConte, right? What is she? Let me ask you this: what has she been up to?
Well,
and those of you who don't know, Alyssa McConte is a senior editor for Kotaku.
Well, the latest thing that she's been up to was probably adding to the story of Call of Duty trans bullets are the latest right-wing conspiracy rage. Yeah. If you go,
she didn't write that article though.
No, she didn't. You sure? Additional reporting by Alyssa McConte.
Oh, I didn't see that on the end. Who would have figured? Who would have figured that Alyssa McConte contributed to that article? I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that. Damn, that's like it's like an M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Yep.
What a twist! Alyssa McConte wrote this article. Twist.
What a twist. Remember, she is the senior editor that has to put this out there.
I said she was the senior.
Oh, you sent me something?
Well, she's not the head editor of Kotaku. What's her name? It's the Caroline something is the head editor of Kotaku.
Yeah, she put out a post not too long ago asking people to write game guides for Kotaku. And I think it was Smash JT actually responded to that and they instantly blocked him. They were like, nope, you're nowhere going near Kotaku.
Well, he complained about Alyssa McConte to the editor-in-chief of Kotaku, whatever her name is. What is What is her name? Because it is a transgender woman that is the actual head editor of Kotaku.
I'd have to look it up.
Kotaku staff. I thought their name, we'll call them there, was named Carolyn something.
Well, there was the chief and staff. Senior editor.
We are not up.
Managing editor is Caroline Patet.
There you go, Caroline Patet. So she is. Sure, she is a transgender person, but we will call her she. She is the person that is actually in charge of Kotaku. And Smash messaged her about Alyssa McConaughey, and she answered him on Twitter, basically saying, "Sucks to be you, brah. Would hate to be your wife." So she basically just reiterated exactly what Alyssa said.
Yeah, it's that whole situation where they're going after his family, all this other stuff.
Yeah, she wouldn't do anything about the fact that Alyssa messaged his wife to tell his on Facebook. She found his wife on Facebook.
Roxas, I have a very, very strong drink. Trust me, I've lost myself a few times today.
She messaged his wife saying he is like a scum human being, and he's like harassing her, even though he was only one of like 100 YouTubers making videos about her, right? Oh, I know we've talked about it before. Let's just go right to the list.
Oh, the list?
The list.
It's been a while.
For those of you who don't know, Alyssa McConaughey made a list of YouTube videos that were attacking her because she thought it was funny.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. She put out this list on it, and almost like 10 minutes later, Smash JT actually put up a video of a Kotaku list, the exact opposite of what this list was. So she deleted hers in the process of it. It was pretty funny. Why do I have to go through all of this to find these things?
Yeah, I think Master of the TDS, Gothic Therapy, I think he's the one that broke it down and listed them. Maybe it was him. I don't remember who did it.
No, it was I know who it was. Just not showing up right now.
Because her list was just YouTube links. It didn't actually have a name on it, but people went and basically followed the links to find out who and what each video was that she had put on her list.
Here we go. I've got the linkception here. Give me a second. Share. There we go. So, crash test here. DEI logic. We're all about inclusivity here. And if you don't like it, you should leave and be excluded. It doesn't matter that you were here first or even invented XYZ. My feelings matter now. That's pretty much what we're talking about. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, that's her short list, which it's missing a lot of people, but there's other people.
Is the broken down list.
Just read the names So column 1 is Hypnotic.
Yeah, column 1 was Hypnotic. Column 2 was
Smash JT, who she messaged his wife.
Yeah, messaged his wife and everything else.
Polish Productions. Who I don't know.
Will of the Fans.
Which I don't know.
We have Very Dark, of course.
As column 5, yeah.
Atres.
Atreus is Atreus, who is he's part of Vera's community and Hypnotic's community. Yes. So he's tied to both Very Dark and Hypnotic.
Yeah, and he's almost at 10K subs.
So yeah, he's working his butt off. He's working his butt off. He's trying to do the good work.
Yeah.
Reality Base. With Roger Anthony, and he's a Comicsgate guy.
Yeah.
So he actually is a Comics Cake channel, and he
You got
follows
all
Ethan
the
Van
heavy
Sciver.
hitters here under Geeks and Gamers,
Geeks
of
and
course,
Gamers, yep.
and their entire list that goes up through there: Drunk 3PO, D-Day Cobra, Con Ryan, Melanie Mack, Stutter and Craig, Cyber Mark Grums, Kerbutis, Fear the Birdo, the Epic Mike, and My Nerdy Home.
My Nerdy Home, yeah.
Words of Paradise is also a Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, Words of Paradise is a Magic the Gathering channel. Not a big one,
Nope.
but he covers Magic.
He
Yeah.
he used to cover it like we
Yeah.
used to cover it here, like you
Yep.
guys used to cover it.
He used to cover it like you did, like
Yep.
Vara did, like everyone. Yeah,
Yep.
It's funny how you have all these channels that used to be Magic the Gathering channels that turned into culture war channels because of how bad WotC became.
Yeah.
It like converted all of you. Like I find it ironic how like I see it with you and Vara, and I know Desolator still covers Magic, but
Desolator still covering Magic.
he
His
still
newest
covers
thing.
Magic, but he's a culture warrior. He fights
Oh, yeah.
against the smoke stuff, right? So it's crazy how, and then you got like Bad Boy Gaming. I know that guy is a bit of a troll and he's
Yeah.
caused some people problems, but he's really anti woke as well.
Yeah.
So you have all these Magic the Gathering creators that became culture war channels off the back, I should say, of WotC being the racist company in the effing world.
Oh my god.
Column 11 is Slotham. Slotham is a troll channel who hates Smash JT, hates Review Tech USA, hates I know the chat might not know what I'm talking about here, but Cinder, the whole Tommy Slotham was born out of the Tommy Tellerico Amico.
Really?
Yes, that's where that channel was born from. He started his channel attacking Miko supporters and Tommy Tellerico and Smash JT. So that's how his channel was born. So it's ironic that he's on a list with Smash JT because he still hates Smash JT, even though Smash JT long ago renounced the Amico and Tommy Tellerico and renounced it and said it was a scam and all that. Slotham won't let it go. But
which is fine.
I was just saying, I think it's funny how Slotham was born out of, his channel came from the whole Amico and Tommy Tellerico, we'll call it scam or debacle situation. Right.
The only thing I want to see come out of Tommy Tellerico again is more video games live. I don't care about the Amico. It was what it was.
Did you see that all of the IPs for Intellivision was sold to Atari?
Yes.
Yeah, you did see. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
that's pretty hilarious.
The chat's asking some very important questions.
Yeah,
here.
Go ahead. Shoot.
Who's this Cinder dude that's on this list? It's really come up here with a few comments asking, who's this Cinder Shadow guy? Well, that's me. Of course, I'm on this list too because I put Alyssa's name and her face on some thumbnails.
And it's not the first list you've been on.
No. How?
It's not the first list you've been on.
That's the hilarious part.
Yeah.
Right?
First you make the Justin Lanassa traitor list. You are a traitor to Justin Lanassa.
Yeah,
remember, it said Cinder Shadow. He is a traitor. Do not believe anything he says. Now you make the Alyssa McConte hater list.
Yeah, which is funny. The whole situation with Lanassa, he just got arrested for
buying moonshine.
Evasion on tax on alcohol.
It's basically, as it was explained, I was looking on Reddit. As it was explained on Reddit, it's what you get charged with when like you make and try and sell moonshine. That's what he got charged with. Oh, and apparently his wife punched him, and he had her arrested for domestic abuse.
Yeah, and WotC paid off the bankruptcy at $15,000.
No, well, so you have a bankruptcy manager or whatever, who handles the distribution of assets. So what WotC did is they came in and they paid a $15,000 fee, and all of the logos and everything that they had let expire, and all of the IPs that Justin had claimed that he had bought up
Yeah.
that were in question, that were in flux. Basically, WotC got all of them transferred, like completely transferred to them for
Completely lock, stock, and barrel.
lock,
It's there.
stock, and barrel, all transferred to them for a $15,000 fee, and that 15,000 then went back into the bankruptcy and
Yep.
is going to be distributed to debtors.
Yeah. And
So
literally that $15,000 was cheaper than continuing the lawsuit.
yeah, it would have cost. It could have cost lawyers. It could have cost them the hundreds of thousands of
Yeah.
lawyers for them to continue the lawsuit. So the cheaper way, and because everything needed to be dispersed anyway, because it was a bankruptcy. So I mean, WotC's lawyers knew that they could just buy assets out of bankruptcy, right? Because then it puts money into the bankruptcy, which can be distributed to other debtors,
Yeah.
people who
And it
hold,
just,
and
then
that's
they
what
just
happened. So
get rid of that.
so unfortunately, like I don't like I hate to know that Lanasa had him, but I also hate to know that WotC has him now too. But
Yeah.
it's just the way it is, and
Yeah.
there's nothing else we can really say about it. Yeah, is that the last column on the list?
We had Slotham, we have Minimal Effort Gaming.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, the one and only John F. Trent.
John F. Trent,
And if
the writer, the lead writer for That Park Place.
And well, not only that, so John F. Trent, for all of you who don't know, he is one of the leading culture warriors
Yep.
that is out there. He is the man who he created Bounding into Comics.
Yes.
So Bounding into Comics was a site that he founded, and he has of course left it. Now Spencer is the editor in chief of Bounding into Comics, but now John is the editor in chief of That Park Place,
which has skyrocketed. That site has skyrocketed.
Well, it's because of John, right? But Bounding into Comics is still doing great under the new management. Bounding into Comics still doing great. So in fact,
every John
John
here. Good to see Alyssa McConte has good taste in YouTubers.
She does indeed.
Yep.
Angry Badger. Angry Badger, isn't he Geeks and Gamer? Yes, Angry Badger is also part of Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
So another Bounding into Comics writer, John Delarose, who has written, by the way, over 20 comic books and many, many articles.
He's also got novel. He's also a novelist, if I remember.
Yeah, I think he's written a book. Yeah. Well, he's a writer, so he's the comic books he's written them. He hasn't drawn them. He's not an artist.
Yeah.
And I know he's still working on comic books. And he is also one of the lead writers for Fandom Pulse. So he moved on from Bounding into Comics, went to Fandom Pulse. So I know that it seems like we have this split up from Bounding into Comics, but we have now we have three sources, right? Now we have Bounding into Comics, we have That Park Place, and we have Fandom Pulse.
And that's why it's very important. It's very important that they have three. It's very important they have three different sources now, because now you can actually go against everything that we've seen with Kotaku, Polygon, and everything else out there, like the Mary Sue. You now have alternate sources that are in parity to them.
Right.
Except, I would say, a little bit better storytelling in of these sources of what's actually going on.
Right.
Now you have a hate badger. Oh boy. Oh man, I tell you, this list has perpetuated so much more in what has happened here, and this is where we are. This is where we are now. You know, one simple mistweet by Alyssa Mercante putting this out there, and now you have 15, 16 people you can go follow that do a lot of very different things, but along the same type of topics altogether.
Yeah, she put on a watch. She basically put up a watch list for
herself.
People. Well, no, for she put
for everyone else.
For everyone else, right? It her hater list, but essentially has
Oh,
become
so was this list getting out there a mistake? Sort of. She put it out. She deleted it about 10 minutes later because it was at the exact same time that she put this up there that Smash JT put up his video on Kotaku Detected, which was his own list. And then
of
she
journalists.
deleted
His
this.
list. Well, explain what his list was.
Well, what his list is showing everyone that's worked or has worked with Kotaku, pushing all of this DEI, pushing these narratives, pushing everything, running interference for the situations.
Yeah. So that basically, and they also mass reported Smash JT's website on a
Yes.
Friday. His site's unfortunately up on Wix, which I wouldn't trust Wix. Not really a stable platform, especially since now we see you can easily just mass flag down web pages because no one's working
Yeah.
there on the weekend. And he did try to contact them, and they did get back to him on Monday and put the web
Yeah.
page back up. But it got mass flagged, and it got mass flagged for you know uh, they said it was harassment.
Yeah.
Right. But if
So
you just click on it, you see what all he's doing is posting public
it's
information.
all publicly available information just
Yes, all
compiled in
public
one
picture,
site.
all public profile pictures, public links, all their names are public, everything. It's all public
Yeah.
information. So he did not violate anyone's privacy. He didn't dox anyone.
Oh, look,
He didn't.
Jason
Oh,
Schreier's
he
on
added
now.
Jason Schreier. That's a new one. Oh, oh, friends of Qatar. How could he have not put Jason Schreier as number one?
Right?
Right. Oh, he's got Nita on there. Nita Sarkeesian.
Chris Kindred, the person that went after Kabutis off
Yep.
starting everything
Well, Chris
after
Kindred is the one that went after Sweet
yeah.
Baby Detected.
Yeah.
Well, wow, this has grown.
Oh yeah.
This is good. Oh wait, he's got Philip Mushin, the plagiarism guy. Go down. This is the guy that got busted for plagiarism from IGN for copying the small YouTubers.
Oh right, I remember
Yeah,
those
he
stories.
copied. Yeah,
He would take
his
them
reviews.
and copy the transcripts.
Yeah, he wrote reviews for IGN, and he did them by literally finding small YouTubers who were reviewing games, and then he took their
Oh, no,
reviews and
hold on.
rewrote them.
Hold on. Jamie's asking here. Anita got married? Married to her cats?
Yeah, she
No,
got married to no one actually.
She got married to her birthday.
Yeah. It's the most ridiculous thing
This
you've
was
ever
a
heard.
birthday party. Her birthday party was a wedding.
Yeah, where she married no one.
She married the flowers.
No, yeah, she married the flowers. Exactly. She married no one. She didn't marry anyone else.
I saw that. I was like, what the hell? So hit detection is on here. With the DEI consulting groups, and we were kind of talking about that. GamerX, oh my god, they're
bad. They're bad.
I don't even like digging into their company. You got Black Girls
because you start digging
themselves into this whole situation.
You start right. They by trying to defend these other narrative compensation companies, right? And then we find that Black Girl companies had that grant from Homeland Security. From the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, take this.
Silver String Media was born out of the good old days of Gamergate. And then you have
Baby Ghosts, so Canadian Baby Ghosts.
Yeah. Save Point, that's a newer one.
Oh, there's Take This. They're the ones that actually received the Homeland Security grant. I think it was them, right?
So they're hired assist efforts for Silent Hill 2. Does this actually... Oh, God, I don't want commercials. Okay, it leads to his video on it, which is interesting. Hit detection in themselves. I looked them up.
Vara has covered a lot on the Silent Hill situation.
Yes, I covered a couple.
She's done like 4 videos, I think 4 or 5 videos. So she has, I think, already dug up a lot on what hit detection.
So hit detection seems to have done some stuff with Alan Wake 2, which Sweet Baby Inc. was also involved with that.
Yep, Alan Wake 2. Yep.
Yeah. Sonic, which I don't know what you're going to really do in Sonic to go.
Jamie Rose wants to know, why is our government funding these lunatics? Because, we're not here to talk about politics, but we have a man who is running the most powerful country in the world who pooped his pants.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to be funny or weird or cringy when I say that.
It's for your ESG scores, your environmental social governance.
Yeah. He literally pooped his pants.
Yeah. So now hit detection also did Layers of Fear, which I have to say, I thought Layers of Fear was a pretty good game. It didn't really deal into politics at all. It didn't deal into any of this, but it's a much older game at that point, before this whole term of modern audience came out. So that's where I kind of see Layers of Fear. I thought it was a decent game. The suspensefulness of Layers of Fear, it was more creepy than scary, right? And they're the same ones that are helping along with Silent Hill 2. So that was the one saving grace I thought hit detection had. And overall, they're with Remedy, Blooper, Sega. Who are we? Well, this is the weird part. Sterling McGravy.
This is where you said they only have 3 employees actually listed.
Yeah, looking into their employee list.
But
they have 9.
But I think what you said earlier sounds rings of truth, though. And the truth is now they're going to be protecting staff, and only the staff that has to be forward-facing, front-facing is going to be listed. And everyone else is going to be hidden at this point because of all the backlash.
Elizabeth Tai here is a actress. She's played in a very minor roles overall. I'm trying to remember what I looked up there. But Sterling McGravy here, I believe, was it Forbes that he wrote for? He wrote for IGN. Sorry, he wrote for IGN. So he is a writer. He's in the industry. He's been there for a long time. But things that I looked up here, maybe I can...
He also wrote for Games Radar, I see.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I can find this here.
It also says he worked for G4.
Yep.
Who would have figured? Who would have figured? Huh, guys? He worked for G4. I never would have thought it. That's another twist. There's so many twists. It never ends, Cinder. Never ends.
So many twists. There was one that I had found. There's a list of employees that work for hit detection, and one of them was still active. I'm gonna have.
You know what I feel? Yeah, this is what I feel like in the midst of all of this. Okay, do you know what it means to be in superposition?
What do you mean? No.
So in quantum physics, there's a concept called superposition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know about Schrodinger's cat, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is the cat alive or is the cat dead, right?
Yeah.
While the cat is both, we call that being in superposition. That means the outcome hasn't been determined. The observer effect has not activated. So therefore, the cat exists in both possibilities at the same time. And existing in more than one possibility at the same time is known as superposition, right? I feel like with all this DEI stuff, we're constantly in superposition and things are continuously being defined into their actual definition as we look at them, and more things pop up.
Yeah, more and more things
out of all of these possibilities that exist, and you see all of these connections. All of these people are connected by all of these different outlets: IGN, G4, Kotaku, Sweet Baby Inc., Take This, Black. It's like it's this huge circle. They're all connected. They're
Yeah.
all part of one probability.
I'm just trying
It's
to find
nuts.
the one other employee here, because they listed on their LinkedIn who works for them. That's who it was. It was David there was the other employee that I had looked up. Hold on. And he's the one thing that makes me think that they might be a little bit more on the level. So
Well,
Dave there
it doesn't
also works
really.
for Forbes.
I mean, it doesn't seem like they're that much. That it doesn't seem like they're on the level from stuff that's been coming out about what they're doing with Silent Hill. Like
Yeah.
the wording, the feeling that we get about Silent Hill doesn't leave me hopeful at all.
No.
First off, the company, the developer behind Silent Hill, who made the medium,
Blooper.
Bloober, yeah, they are not. They have not had a good run of it, right?
No.
So we start off with that, right? Second off, them being involved and the wording that's been behind this, where they keep talking about changing Silent Hill for a modern audience. I mean, it just doesn't make me hopeful.
No, not at all. Now,
While you look for that, I will be right
yeah.
back in 1 minute.
Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? You guys all doing good tonight? I'm going through a profile really quick because I had found some stuff a while back that made me question a few things. Let's see if I can dig it up here real quick. This was like back in 2016, so yeah, as a fan of Silent Hill, you're not too hopeful. I wouldn't be either. The thing with Silent Hill, like the one thing that I covered in my video when I did the video on Silent Hill, when the game first came out, when the whole genre came out of Silent Hill, it was never meant to be a AAA title. Now they're redoing it and they're trying to make it into a AAA title. They're trying to charge it as a AAA title. And that is my biggest deal with Silent Hill. It's never been that AAA top of the line title, and they want to charge you $106 for this thing just so you can access it 2 days early. It's $10 cheaper just for the regular. And I was like, what is this? That doesn't even make sense. I'm glad you're doing well. That was Trent. 86 miles from a rabbit hole. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You should be 86 miles from a rabbit hole. That's about where it is. Example, 3% of sales in China equals 30% sales in the US. Yep. Yeah. So David there, he had liked a bunch of tweets from Trump. And that's why I was like, I wasn't quite sure. I wasn't done looking at his profile, but it's to me, it was looking more political out of it. So I was very strange. Now I can't seem to find it. Because he's very comic booky. Anyway, if we go for hit detection, you can get a small link of people that work for them. Let's see if this will come up properly in here for me. You're gonna make me log in. About people. There we go. That'll be enough. So if you go into LinkedIn being one of the better sites out there now for this type of things, you can see who works for them. But they are hiding a lot of names here. You got the head consultant, which is just a member. You got David there, video games, communications, and consulting. I believe he worked for Forbes. Ross Miller. You have another LinkedIn member. They've all gone silent in the most part for this company. Hey, DJ Longhair with the $2. I owe you a GUR. It will not appear because unfortunately I don't have Streamlabs involved with StreamYards, but yeah. Hold on. I'm getting warm. Grim, what did you send me? I will bring this up in a minute. Once Grim gets back. Yeah, so this just kind of gives you an idea on who works for hit detection. Oh, pardon me. A little bit better of an idea. You've got people where went to Yale, Trinity. Is there much more with this? What do they do? Everyone's consulting. Some are media and lots of digital media. What did they study? Film, cinema, videos? That's about it. We're not getting a lot. I'm getting warm to the stripper pole. Oh boy. Yes. Yes, Crash Test. I am getting warm. I'm getting so hot and bothered looking at the Kotaku editors. Why hide if you aren't doing anything wrong? And that's LinkedIn for you. That's kind of what happens with LinkedIn. I hate these things that show up. Modern business, whoever sells the most t-shirts win 100%. So yeah. Back to the PC gamer here. It's hard to complain about a hero shooter fatigue when Concord looks so good. PC gamer loves their their Concord because it checks all the boxes for everyone. I was on vacation last week, so I got to experience the reveal of Sony's new multiplayer FPS like everyone else at the State of Play, turning 15 minutes late. Yay. Sony had two big games. Okay. That's not what I saw. The cynicism around service games is earned, but when I look at Concord, I see heroes that I don't recognize from other games. Incarnately designed guns I want to shoot, and a format of FPS we
Did you see the article I sent? I sent you an article on Discord.
DJ Longhair, there's your jump scare for you.
Go look at Discord. It's a PC Gamer
I'm
article.
reading it.
You brought up the article I sent. Okay. I didn't know. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was doing something else. It was muted. I sent you that article. Oh God. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Obviously.
Do you know, I don't know if I've talked to you about this, that we have an alternative theory for black holes now?
Oh?
Yeah. It's called gravistars.
Oh, Longhair, where's my invite? DJ Longhair, you want in on this topic? Do you know DJ Longhair, Grim?
No, I don't talk to anyone online. I work, 24 hours a day, so.
Well, DJ Longhair is actually he covers a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff still, surprisingly enough. Here we go, DJ. Let's get you in here. I don't mind.
Funnily enough, I used to own a Magic the Gathering store.
Yes, I know you did.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying the irony of the Magic the Gathering.
I know. Magic the Gathering. We're so connected.
And now I won't touch a card if you paid me.
Yeah, it's. I look at the shelf that's beside me that's full, like boxes of Magic the Gathering cards. I sit there, I look at it, and I'm like, the hell do I do with this?
You sell it if you get anything for it.
Yeah,
I have a lot of. I've got a lot of reserve list cards and sealed products.
Yeah, you do. I don't have.
I have a lot of stuff that's worth money, and I understand that you don't.
Yeah, the stuff I have that's worth money are in solid hard cases.
Yeah, but if it's worth money, you can move it for something. Get rid of it.
Okay, Longhair, what do you got to say? Oh, he's got good old Liliana.
Hello. Sorry. Let me.
Oh,
let me fix that for you.
Cinder. His mic is clipping. Is
it?
No, it's not. I'm making fun of Desolator.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Hey, Grim, you did clip
Yeah.
the mic when you came back and scared the crap out of me. You got everyone.
Yeah,
By the way. You got everyone when you came back and did that. You actually clipped your mics. So
did I? Did I?
yes. Yeah, good
Hello,
old Liliana.
Cinder.
Back when Liliana mattered for Magic the Gathering. You know, at one
Yeah.
point, this was
That's
the
Lily. That's
artwork
a that's
that
a
you
picture
used
of
to see.
Liliana of the Veil.
Yeah,
Remember when she was worth money?
right. And then
Not
they
that you
made
can really
used to be worth
see,
a
but it's
bunch of
signed.
money.
Ooh, signed play mats.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
I have some really old Spellgrounds mats, but I have the first Magic the Gathering embossed Spellgrounds mat,
Oh wow.
which came out in 1998. It was the
Nice.
first one that they actually did for Wizards embossed. And even without it being in a bag, I mean, it's in great condition. The mat's worth like $1,000
Jesus.
because it's spell.
That's
I
freaking
mean,
nice.
old Spellground mats that aren't marked, they're worth a lot of money too, because original Spellground mats came out like 1994, and I see some of them worth like $800,000+ like those old Spellground mats.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Well, like meeting the artists and getting that signed or paying for the artist to sign or whatever. I mean, that's still cool, right? I mean, they're part of the
No,
history.
it's really cool. I think it's awesome because I have some I have some comic art that I have signed.
Okay, Roxas, have a good night.
That I got signed by people at shows. I refuse to go to shows now because they ban artists because of their political views. But
I think it's lame.
So back when I used to go to shows before they were banning artists for their political views, you even put the name Trump on your timeline, and you're not getting onto an artist row.
My God, when they turned around and banned
Comicsgate,
they banned
Ethan Van Sciver, Shane Davis.
Yeah,
they all got banned.
It's got so ridiculous out of the situation there, for all of it. Like
I think it is. It's really lame. They almost got was it Seb because he supported the truck rally.
Yeah,
but his art's too good, and they just couldn't. They couldn't do it.
They went after Seb McKinnon because of what happened here in Canada. He's Canadian.
That's what I'm saying, for the truckers rally.
The trucker rally. It's absolutely ridiculous because that trucker rally brought together a lot of other things that was going completely wrong up here. And it's been found in federal court that what the government did was illegal.
Yeah. So, we're dealing with that here too. It's just they want to tie you up in court and make you pay. I mean, if you're rich, you can fight it, but just need more rich people on your side, I guess.
You just got to bug Elon.
Yeah, I know. It's like, Elon, collab, let's go.
Elon, come on, bro.
Oh wow.
I'm a peon, bro. I have like 1,300 subs, dude. Worth it, right? Come on over, Elon. Let's go.
Speaking of subs, I got to do the one call out for the night. Okay.
Sure.
What are you at? Sure. What's Vera at right now?
She is at just hitting 91K.
Oh,
we are pushing for the 100K mark. So let's get there. Share a video, share a channel. Let's fight this culture war. Let's save video games. Let's save the entertainment industry. Let's try to get everyone at WotC fired.
Can we save some cardboard too, please?
Unfortunately,
up here, cardboard has a tariff on it. So
yeah.
Oh God, tell me about it. Like, I'm FOMOing so hard right now, but I'm like poor. So like this MH3 stuff, I'm like, bruh.
MH3, just drop it. Just drop it.
Hey,
how many cards?
I'll tell you what. I did dip.
You're still.
I didn't buy direct. I bought to help a homie out. Plus, I got a couple cards I can use. Okay. Hey, whatever. So, it helped out my homie.
Okay. The quick story. I'm sure Cinder's got a story too. I've been playing Magic. I was playing Magic since 1997. I was a junior in college back then when I was an undergrad, and that's when I started. I started by my first pack I ever bought was a Visions pack, and
Wow.
I got dual lands over the years. I played all through graduate school. I'm one of those idiots that went to college for 15 years. So through
Nice.
my entire college career, I played. I did tournaments, and then when I got out, instead of going in and actually working in the field I had a PhD in, I opened a comic book gaming shop, and
Oh boy.
I did that for 7 years until WotC went so woke and the comic book industry was just so beyond repair. I couldn't do it anymore. So I sold out to my business partner and I went to work for a university. So,
Well, I got something silly for you, Grim and Cinder. Have you noticed the new trend in Disney movies that they always refer to their moms? Because apparently they can create a child in the Force.
Yeah, we already went over
And it was
that.
also in Marvel. It was
Yeah.
also in a couple other references that they throw it in cartoons. Moms.
Yeah,
Let me ask my moms.
yeah.
Just a little tidbit.
Oh, yeah. So with Magic the Gathering, Therese Nielsen comes to mind. I actually did a video on her a long time ago now. Like, wow, the quality of this video is very old. Oh, Jesus. Why will
she
you
did
not?
she did 2 artworks for Force of Will, right? She didn't just do the first one. She did like the second one, right? Did
She
she do
had
both?
Yeah.
she had several
I thought she
very
did
notable.
2. Well, I'm talking about Force of Will specifically.
Yeah.
She did 2 for Force of Will, right? She did the old original one and then the updated one that made it into the master sets.
Here you go.
Oh,
Here's
look
a
at that
young me.
quality, dude. Man, we all need to downgrade our cameras right there to beat that. That's amazing. No offense. I had a way worse one than that.
Yeah.
No, man. I'd go VHS camcorder.
Oh, bet, dude.
God.
VHS camcorder all night long, man. That's what I'd go
No, I
with.
need the phones that they get the spoilers from, the leaks. Like film it all on potato phone. That'd be epic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This
And
this
of course,
video-
you have to do it upright on YouTube, upright, right? So you get that shorts love, right? Shorts life love
Yeah. This
on a
video
potato
is
cam.
3 years old. I got 1.7K views on this video, and this video came out the
Nice.
same day Rudy from Alpha Investments talked about it.
Oh, Rudy.
Oh yeah.
The destroyer of markets.
Mm.
Let's not even go
Right?
there.
Actually, looking at the thing here, here's my video on it. Here's Rudy's video up here. When you look up Therese Nielsen in videos, you actually have Liberty Doll talking about Therese Nielsen. If no
Oh,
one
wow.
follows Liberty Doll, she is a Second Amendment gun rights channel. She's talked a lot about gun rights, and she's actually really fun to watch.
But
nice.
here's the thing.
Escalator Magic too.
I could not for the life of me bring myself to even indirectly doing anything that would make WotC money.
Yeah.
I heard that.
I do not, and I'm not saying I hate people for buying Magic still, but I do not respect anyone buying Magic. And if I see someone buying Magic, I firmly tell them not to.
Yep.
Do not buy Magic.
That's fair.
If you want to still play Magic, here is my suggestion. And this
Buy
is
singles.
No, you don't buy singles because that's
hell.
because
Print
it means
proxy.
they had yes, exactly. I tell this to everyone. If you want to play Magic with your friends, just print out the damn things, cut them out, and put them in a sleeve on top of a land. That's it. Just you can play all day. You can print any card you want and play all day.
You mean
play,
like this
you
one
can
that's
have
been
1,000
hanging here for a
commander
while?
decks to it.
You mean this one that's been hanging here for a while?
Yeah, that's the fake. That's a Chinese fake, right?
Yeah.
It's a Chinese fake.
Yeah.
Or don't even do the Chinese fakes. Just print the cards,
it was sent
cut
to me.
them out, put them in a sleeve with a piece of cardboard, and shuffle.
Oh, I got one for you guys. I was gonna do it tonight actually, but my baby mama got scammed. The box is legit though. Look at this box.
Yeah, that's the old school
I'm
box.
stoked on the box for sure.
That's a M13 That's an M13 box.
M13? Okay.
Yeah, it's an M13
But
box.
check out all these legit cards that she got.
See,
This is
I only know
hilarious.
I can't believe I still remember this stuff. Like, it's eating away my brain.
These look like the size of Monopoly cards. Wow.
Well, no,
you
the
got all
lands are legit. Yeah. Well, no, it would have been better if it was all lands, to be honest. No, I'm trying to get a. Oh, here you go. And the cards they decided to proxy was like, why? Look at that official pasted on proxy. Isn't that
Wow.
amazing? This is like straight off the printer, and they glued it on.
Well, yeah, that's what I tell people to do. Like, don't buy cards. Just do that. It's
well,
legit.
no, she paid for this. She did get her money back, but she actually paid for this, and it's like, why slime? That's a cheap card. Porcelain Legionnaire. Why?
I mean, the store. It's a poor store for them for not looking. They should have just at least gone through the cards.
Yeah, no, they had some big cards. Like when she showed me the pictures that she bought it, I was like, what? Why does the there's a fetch
you
in
can
here?
get better proxies on Temu.
No, I know, and the Temu ones are pretty crap because
Yeah.
I actually ordered a couple just to see what's up because it was like $10 or something. I was like, all right, whatever, I'll check it out. But I mean, like a ton of lands, of course. But not that it matters because
they're decent lands at least.
Yeah, just some cool old school lands.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm stoked on the box. Dude, like I said, a ton of lands, and then they were like even chintzy on the fakes.
So I've had to throw away. So in my storage unit, I have stacks of boxes like that. I got stacks of Fat Pat boxes.
Oh God.
I got to throw them. I'm just gonna throw them all away.
You can sell each box for
Send them to me.
You can sell each box for like $5 now.
Yeah, is it just all bulk? Oh, look at it. Oh, dude, look at this authentic. Or there was a Mexican restaurant that didn't know how to spell.
Oh, bulk
was
bulk
authentic.
Cards? If you're looking for bulk, I have bulk going up to I don't know 2017, and I've got probably 300,000 cards.
If you've got a little bit of money long hair, Grim's got lots.
A little bit of money. I have like $200,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm poor, dude.
Yeah,
I would though.
I've got boxes of like Modern Masters 2013 unopened. I got cases of it.
Oh man. Yeah, we should talk for sure.
First run, I've got
Power 9 off
first
Temu
run
for $3.99.
I've got boxes of first run commander decks. The first commander decks that came out unopened.
Man. Damn, bro.
This is we started talking about DEI and how it's a trap. This is the trap it's got us back into.
Yeah, well, the point well, it's a circle because Magic does have to do with it. Because Magic is a DEI card game.
Wait. Is that a proxy of Magic 30 Scrubland?
No, it has whatever symbol that is. So it's a proxy from a. No, they never had this in it. I don't even know, dude. Look how official that looks.
That's not a real card. That was never.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's hilarious.
That card never existed with that art.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. This is hilarious.
You $3.50 for the entire lot. $3.50
for what?
For Grim.
Yeah, $3.50. All I want was $3.50.
Well, look, you want empty boxes? I'll sell them to $5 each. You just
that's right.
The freaking shipping is going to be nuts, though.
Oh, he's going to get. I
what
can't
section
say
of the
it.
country do you live in? Middle, coast, west, east, west.
Long hair. Where are you?
Oh, me? I'm in Cali.
Oh, see, yeah, I'm in Massachusetts. So I got to go cross country.
There you go. I'll make you a barbecue, bro. Just bring them on over. Or if you had a power bar, you can get here in 2 minutes.
So unfortunately, I don't ever fly out to California, but I do have to go to New Mexico and Arizona a lot. So not
there
a
you
lot,
go.
but a couple times a year for work. I have to go to New Mexico and Arizona because
this is what I thought was sus because this is what I saw in the picture, but then it was a land and it looked like a regular red land. I'm like, that looks really weird. Look at that windswept heap, dude. Yeah. That is high quality.
Wow. So
I thought yeah.
How do you feel that DEI has affected games in general?
You know what? I find okay. I'm gonna give you a different take, right? A different hot take, I guess. I think it's a disservice to those that they are trying to represent. Because
That's not a
honestly,
hot
each
take. That's
character
what
that they
everyone
write,
thinks.
what's that?
That's not a hot take. That's what everyone thinks. It is.
Well, I'm just saying that
It
they
does a real disservice to everyone that they're trying to prop up.
Well,
okay.
represent.
So it's not a hot
prop up.
take. Fine.
You don't want to prop
But
it
they
up.
write it so poor. Write it so poor that it's like a disservice to them, like all the way around, dude. Just all the way around. Like if they wanted to insert this crap, right? But they actually had decent writers that actually cared about a plot and they could auto include. I mean, look at all the old school HBO movies. They had it was very inclusive to where you were seeing stuff you didn't want to see, but there was still a freaking story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we call it.
So it's a disservice.
If they
It's
had
called
decent
tokenism.
writers, if they had decent writers, they'd be able to create their own
Yeah.
IP.
Cinder, he's talking about tokenism.
Yeah. No, I know. That's what DEI.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, give the girl, give her a big girl pants. She's girl boss now and can now flip 500-pound men like nobody's biz. So okay, sure.
Make it a chick, make her gay, make her lame, whatever South Park said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Make it lame.
Yes, right, Crash Test on the June 29th. Let's go.
What? June 29th, barbecue cookout? What's going on?
That's what I said. That's what I said. You're coming, right? Oh, I make some mean ass pork shoulders, bro.
Pork shoulders?
It's just like rib meat, but they still have the bone on, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like weird cuts, but you do it right. Meat's tender. It's better than ribs. So
he's Canadian. They eat bugs. They're environmentally.
Oh, my bad.
They're like attuned to the environment. So
Come on,
give me some bugs and some maple syrup. Let's go.
Included bison into my diet.
Bison, wow, aren't you fancy?
How is that fancy?
That actually sounds expensive. It sounds expensive.
We're here down here. We're like,
bison.
Was it bison? Or what? We're eating bison? What?
Sounds expensive.
Bison
yeah, down here it would be expensive, bro.
Meat. Yeah. God, it's not even fancy. It's like what we used to forage off of.
Up there, it's Canadian roadkill.
Oh,
yeah, right.
I'd like to see bison roadkill. I'd like to see what's left of the car
wait. I was gonna say, if you're eating bison roadkill, you're also eating driver roadkill too, right? Because you get a little both.
Hey, that's a little extra to the marinade. Forget about it.
I was driving to work the one day, and I came across a vehicle that was like can opened. I was like, "What the hell happened to that?" And then another 5 clicks down, like 5 meters down the road, there was a dead moose. I'm like, "Well, that car, I'm sure hope they survive because that car is not left."
Cinder,
man,
you got to keep an eye out on the chat. Because there's messages getting held and they're not getting okayed. Just so you know.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I just had to okay like 2 messages. I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking at the chat.
You know what? I must be because I'm still in top chat. Yeah.
So no, it's like I said. Sometimes. You're in top chat. I got you. That's why you didn't see.
Well, no, I have the StreamYards chat up and I have the YouTube chat up. I have them both.
Yeah, the
up.
StreamYards chat sucks.
Weird.
Yeah.
Strange because I didn't see the messages getting held at all.
Yeah, it's Seth's messages that they're getting held. I don't know why. I've just been okaying them, but
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I just so you know, I didn't know. I don't know what's going on. YouTube fucking sucks, but
yeah.
Hey, it's better than
moderation.
It's better than Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch is the worst thing on the planet, I assure you.
It really is. Actually, did you see the whole thing that they got rid of their safety council?
Yeah, all fired, all gone.
All gone. So no more.
They gave him 1 day. They gave him 1 day notice.
Yeah, no
and
more.
Told them they weren't, and told them they weren't getting paid for the second half of the year. So they all thought. Wait. So so how they were contracted is you get paid twice a year.
Yeah.
Once at the beginning of the year, once in the middle of the year for the other end of the year, right? But they fired them before they gave them the second payment, and told them, "You're fired
Uh,
and you're not getting paid. Goodbye."
Wow.
sounds like a Disney tactic.
This is a little bit more. They don't have money to pay them anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Twitch it's bleeding money.
Oh yeah.
It's bleeding viewership. I mean, look, I know that they still have a huge percent of the streaming market, but think about the size of Twitch compared to the size of YouTube, right? YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet.
Yep.
Okay. The second largest search engine on the planet. Okay. And what's the first largest search engine on the planet?
Google.
Google, right? So the same company owns the largest and second largest search engines on the planet. So in the end, Twitch, although owned by a company that's worth a lot of money, Amazon, they're worth 1 point something trillion dollars, right? They're not going to be able to outspend Google on YouTube.
No.
It's never going to happen. It will never happen. It will never happen, right?
I like what Crash said though. First largest is Pornhub.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Texas or something. Didn't they ban Pornhub?
Something
No,
like
that wasn't Texas. I thought that was Illinois. Yeah, it was
No,
one of
not
the-
it couldn't have
one
been
of
Illinois. Illinois is like a Democrat state. They never banned Pornhub.
Oh no, that would put out
It was banned in one of the
75% of their
states. It wasn't
voters.
Texas.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true. That's so true. No, I think it was a state that started with an M. Maybe it was Missouri or
Massachusetts.
something.
Missouri, maybe.
No, it was not. Massachusetts is, even though Massachusetts is like pure blue, they are still very First Amendment pro.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it's still First Amendment pro here. Even though Massachusetts has the first lesbian governor in the history of the United States. But
Well,
who
good for
cares?
her.
If she can govern,
Wait.
it
An
doesn't
actual
matter.
first that's not a first after they had several firsts before.
Apparently
Exactly.
it was the
Oh,
block
okay. I'm
Yeah.
just checking.
She is
Good for her.
yeah.
So it was
Marta,
Utah,
her name is Marta
Montana.
Healy. She is the first lesbian governor of a state
Okay.
in the history of the United States, right?
Utah,
And-
Montana.
Oh,
and now
Jamie,
Texas.
damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah, Utah, Montana, and now Texas are blocking them based on age verification laws, but that wasn't the outright block.
So I don't know if anyone's outright blocked YouPorn, Pornhub, whatever. I don't know. It's all these different porn fucking sites. I don't know if they can outright block. I don't know if there's a mechanism to do that in the United States because, like, states don't have firewalls, right? So, like, the state of Texas doesn't have a firewall where they can say, you can't access a site from our state, right? There's no such thing in the United States. The government can't do that, right? But they can, like, pass laws where you can't, like, host in their state. I'm not quite sure what exactly their plan is to make it so that a site can't function in a state. I don't know how logistically it can be done, right? Just because of how the United States is set up, it's very hard logistically to ban anything. And this is what everyone has been telling the US government about TikTok, right? They passed that whole TikTok ban, but logistically, how is the
it's
federal going to
impossible.
right? How is the federal government logistically going to make it happen?
Well, it's
There's
like
no logistical way for the federal government to actually enforce the TikTok ban in the United States.
It's like up here in Canada, Bill 63 that's supposed to go through is the new Online Harms Bill Act, where if you are perceived that you will possibly break this law in the future, they can put you under house arrest.
wow.
You don't even, it's
Well,
minority reporting.
I didn't bother to look into it further, but I knew that there was so much things loaded into the TikTok bill here in the US. So
This is
there's
one up
like
here in
so
Canada.
much like hidden backdoor deals that they have written in. It's like you have 2 hours to read this 2,000 page War and Peace novel.
So believe it or not, actually, the TikTok part of the bill was the backdoor, right? Because it wasn't a bill that was actually about.
It was hey, look over here. Look,
it was a foreign funding bill.
That was part of it.
Yeah. So the bill was about money to go to a couple
Ukraine?
NATO countries, money to go to
Oh, okay.
Ukraine, money to go to Israel. It was about supplying weapons to certain NATO countries, sending military aid to certain places, and then on the end of it was ban TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I didn't read the whole
Yeah.
thing though, so I don't really
Oh, you
cover
I mean,
politics on my channel at all. I just
reading the whole
whatever.
thing is like trying to play a game of Magic. It's sucking out your brain.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like you have you're playing nothing but control players,
Crash
and
test, what did I miss with these Yorkies? Apparently, it's not for them.
what
I
happened?
put it up on screen, guys.
Let's go. Sorry, guys. Anyways,
But yeah, so I was
what?
just saying, logistically, it's kind of impossible, right? Because there's no the Great Wall of China, that's what they
I'm
call the
waking up.
firewall in China, doesn't exist in the United States. No state or federal agency has a firewall.
What?
They can't stop you
Oh,
from going
okay.
to a website.
I just wanted to get a little text.
Little
I'll come
text.
back.
Wait, crash
Good,
test.
man.
What's the
I'm just hanging out on
behind
my buddy's
this?
channel here.
How long you gonna be on?
I
their
don't know.
entire marketing ploy? Okay.
Not really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
Your baby mama?
yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You know what? You were saying, DJ, that you still do Magic content.
Yes, I do.
Not trying to pivot you away from it, but one of the things that I have done, because I've been an editor for several YouTubers over the years, primarily
nice.
working on Vera Dark's channel now. I'm her primary editor. I'm the one that uploads all of her videos.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So, everyone I talk to, I can't reiterate enough. You need to, in my opinion, you need to pivot away from Magic content. Magic is a death knell, because the people that you are going to bring in by doing Magic content are not people you want to deal with. They are nasty, evil liberals that just want to cancel everyone.
A lot.
Yeah, just
of
ask Cinder.
trolls.
Yeah, just ask Cinder. The amount of trolls he got from doing Magic content was because he didn't follow their line.
Yeah.
Right? He wouldn't get in line with them.
Hey.
They just wanted him off the internet.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I've run into a few, but I don't know if you've never been on my channel before. I'm very cash, very 90s kid, very I'm actually more diverse than any of these mofos trying to be diverse, bro.
Oh yeah,
I don't care.
Everyone,
the only salt that we want to bring you on my channel is in game, bro. So hey, you could be political. I don't care. Does that have anything to do with this dang game? Well, yes, because you want to change things around that for no freaking reason at all.
Politics.
There's a set. It's so funny. There's a set. Well, actually, Lord of the Rings too. Gandalf was black, Asian, and white all in the same set. It's pretty interesting.
Aragorn they made Aragorn black in the set as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? He looks exactly like the guy that's the Black Ninja dude. Exactly the same.
I honestly.
Oh, right. You mean,
dude, can you pull up a picture of Aragorn, Cinder, and then pull it up against
the Assassin's
Creed guy? Exactly the same, bro.
Oh boy.
You see that?
Here's a thing. Here's the thing about the artwork for the Aragorn card in Magic, right? It's a great artwork, right? I think it's a great artwork.
It is. It's amazing artwork.
It's an amazing artwork. It's a great looking character, right?
Yeah.
It's just not Aragorn.
It's not Aragorn. Yeah.
Yeah. They wasted that incredible looking character, that great piece of art that they could have used for another important character in another set.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that kills me.
I had wonders if they actually.
I have a major. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
I had wonders with the Aragorn art that they
look at him. Now, can you pull up a picture of the Black Samurai from Almost Samurai Showdown? Assassin's Creed. Look, same. Look, go back. Look, same, bro. It's the same. Looks like they knew.
Oh,
Look,
no.
this exact same.
Oh no, it's true.
Look. I mean, maybe it's his cousin. Okay, I'll give it a little bit of variance, but dude, same haircut, everything.
So the goatee's similar.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
can't believe
goatee.
no one else noticed this.
Oh man, Vara did all those videos on both of them. And
Yeah, and now she can put the new content for you. It's a
I
freebie on me, bro.
wonder if
I'll make sure she gets your name in there. And this goes out to Mr. DJ Longhaired.
Hell yeah. Yeah, are they related? Is that like his
I do
brother
have
or
to
like
say, when I saw the Aragorn arts, if you take away the name and say it's not Aragorn, this is artwork. I sat there, I was like, did they just redo Teferi's artwork in different clothing? Was
No,
what
no,
you know
I
what,
think he
though?
looks a little different than Teferi. I think he
a
looks
little different, but not a
Yeah.
lot, right? That was my original
I mean,
take.
but you can say that about a lot of Magic the Gathering characters.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. Even I mean, the same thing goes for a lot of the white characters too. They just kind of look similar, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the white dudes that they draw, it's just poor artists. It's you know why? It's because the artists they hire, they just go look at other Magic cards, and then they
And
use
they
those.
always copy what the other
Yeah,
magic.
yeah,
cards
and
do.
they use
That's
them
wrong.
And in
as
some
reference
cases,
materials.
actually copy and throw in their
Actually
artwork and
right.
paint over it.
Right,
Like, go back to Aragorn?
Just trace over it.
Okay, so Aragorn, if you go back to Aragorn, right? Now, if he was in Murders of Karloff Manor, you would just put a fedora and, I don't know, give him a
Yeah.
random tramp stamp of a guild on his
Right,
little
and
lapel
we
there.
saw that
And then you go to
debacle.
OTJ, so Outlaws of Thunder Junction, gave him a cowboy hat. Dude, you're set.
Yeah. just change his outfit. Just take the same face. That's all but yeah, it's like we're joking around, but man, it's happening. It's really happening, right?
Yeah, no, it's oh.
And now WotC is they're probably sitting behind desks going, let's not even hire artists. Let's just
Yeah,
they go
looking
to
at
the AI. They just go they go to an AI art program and write need Noble. His name is this. Here's our database. Boom. It just creates it just takes one of their old characters and puts a whole new outfit on it.
Although I do have one gripe with Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and I just have to share this with you because remember I told you about the painted on cowboy hat or the
Did you buy any
fedora?
Outlaws of Thunder Junction?
I did. I know I'm mad, but I wanted stuff, so whatever. Anyways, they did not put a cowboy hat on Terror of the Peaks. We should all riot because that dragon needed a cowboy hat. Damn it!
Do you want do you want some dual lands?
I'll take some duels. If I had the money, I'd buy them off you, dude, for real.
I have I think 25 or 30 of each.
Good lord.
Third edition. And then I have a couple
Wait,
unlimited.
third edition duels?
Yes. Third edition
Oh,
duels.
so the revised or whatever?
Revised. Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice.
Let's just call it revised.
Yo, dude,
But
I've been wanting
I got a
freaking
couple
Bayou.
unlimited.
I went to Bayou and
Yeah, so I have the ones
Badlands
that
so bad
I
to
have
sit
the
in-
I have the ones that are like $400 or $500, not the ones that are like 4,000.
Yeah, that would be like beta or like alpha, right? Or was it?
Well, no, alpha
No,
dude
no, it was
lands
beta,
probably
right?
like 10 grand.
Oh, easy. Yeah. Yeah, if I was
So-
balling, dude, I would. Because me personally, I'm still making decks, bro. So it's like I don't really care for WotC at all, and I think it's all BS.
That's why
but, you know,
I like I said, I know a couple guys that still play that I'm friends with, and
Mhm.
they have literally gone at the same time. These are 3D printer guys, so they also play Warhammer, and they would never buy anything from Games Workshop. They just literally print their entire armies off their.
Can they
3D
print?
printers.
Well, no, seriously, I need help. Because the proxy sites are dumb right now. I'm like, I'm not asking for a proxy. I want you to make tokens and a business card back. Like this is actually legitimate.
You're looking
and
for
they're like,
3D print STL files for Warhammer.
well, no. Oh, I'm sorry. 3D printing. I'm sorry. I was thinking printing business. My bad.
So. Oh right. I'm
Because I need
talking
business
about,
cards.
yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
you can just go to Staples. Staples is cheap. For
Yeah.
business cards. They are very
Well, I
cheap.
want them like magic size, so I guess so.
Oh yeah, I don't. You can change the size of the cards at Staples, but I don't know to what extent. So you might not
Yeah.
be able to get them that big. Staples might not do it. So
I got you. Yeah.
what about
They're like $200 for like 1,000 or something like that.
yeah, what about what's called VeriSign or VeriPrint or what's the name of that website?
Yeah, Captain Craig, it really was ruined by the thought police. Really was. Right? Like
It's ridiculous. It really is.
The newer thing with Magic the Gathering where they get rid of the term tribal for Tibble or tribal, whatever the
Kindred,
Kindred.
yeah.
no,
Kindred.
Kindred now. They've changed it so
And
many
they got
times
rid of
now.
totem armor. It's now Umbra armor. And
It's
like,
so
okay.
stupid. It's so stupid just to say, oh, we're offending people because we had sensitivity readers go over this stuff. And these terms offend people. They don't. People
Well, now
don't
like
care.
we had like this whole night started off. It's now it's gotten into the video games, and it's getting into the video games hard, right?
What do
It's
you mean
ruining
now?
games.
What do you mean now?
Well, it started years ago because a lot of these games started
The
development
Gamers
years
Gate
ago.
whole thing. Like, I
Well,
still don't get it, but I looked it up. Right?
Gamergate 1 was
Gamergate 1 was a
slightly
different
It was
situation.
a slightly different beast.
No,
wasn't
I know.
about
What I'm
DEI.
saying is like they've ruined Hollywood, and now they're doubling back and going back to gaming to ruin that too.
Well,
So-
what it is Hollywood is drying up on the money, and all the money is
Mhm.
shifted to video games. So they're following where the money is.
Yeah, exactly.
Black Rock and Vanguard.
Yeah.
They're forcing their will upon where whatever industry is making the money.
Exactly.
I mean, you
And they
you
won't
guys
get-
don't
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I mean, I know
No.
a little bit, but okay.
No, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no. What I'm saying is like they're holding the investment money. Period. So it's not their money, but they're investing all their investors into these projects, and you have to show proper usage of tearing down whatever white person's working for you in the DEI. If they're not doing DEI, they don't get no money. So
Well,
they're
it's
holding
the
the world
ESG,
hostage doing this crap.
the ESG money, the environmental social
ESG money.
governance.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Right.
honestly, like I said, I think it's a disservice for those that they're trying to rep. And honestly, I know some gay people that are like, dude, like I am, but I don't really care about all that. They don't even really follow it. They tune it out.
So I was talking earlier about Bill C-63. This is the
Oh,
bill.
yeah.
It's gone through first reading in the House of Commons.
Is that the hate crime bill?
Yes, this is the
Yeah.
hate crime bill that is going through. It's also the child pornography bill. They've tied that in with
okay.
this.
How hard is that one? Just say it's illegal.
Yeah.
It already is.
Why is that so hard? Why do you
They're
need
just
like
adding
all these weird
more-
language?
They're
CP
adding.
illegal. You have CP, you go to jail. End of bill. It's that
Yeah.
simple.
Anyway, with the hate cry, offense motivated by hate, everyone commits an offense under this act or any act of parliament if a commission, the basic stuff, race, on origin, language, color, sexual orientation, gender identity, expression, is guilty of indictable offense and liable to imprisonment for life. Imprisonment for life if you say the wrong thing in Canada.
Okay.
But down here, where is it? The provincial court judge.
This is making me
may
like
commit
Canada more and more.
A term of not more than 12 months if defendant fails or refuses to enter the recognitions. Okay, if the provincial court judge before whom the party appear is satisfied with the evidence adducted, the informant, so you just have to inform them, has
Mhm.
reasonable grounds for the fear, the judge may order defendant to enter a recognition to keep the peace and be of good behavior for a period of not more than 12 months. And conditions of recognition, you can wear an electronic monitoring device, meaning you
Hold
go
on.
under house arrest for a year if they
Jeez.
pull you in front of a provincial court judge. And this is based off a may. Not a
Yeah, that's rough.
you actually committed it. And it also abstained from drugs and alcohol for a year. They do random drug tests on you while you're
Wow.
under that.
And
which
what
is-
do we get to try?
Like, this is
Yeah.
how
that was
ridiculous
bad.
this bill is. And this is
Yeah,
getting
that's ridiculous.
this is gonna get rammed through.
that would not survive a constitutional challenge in the United States.
Well, and that's
If we had-
exactly it.
No.
Like, we have our Charter of Rights up here, and I am certain this violates our Charter of freedoms and rights up here in Canada. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
I mean,
And then they have the mandatory struggle sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I mean they passed something over here or whatever with the DEI to where all the white employees or white males especially, they all have to go through a struggle session or whatever and say how bad it is to have white privilege.
Oh,
It's awesome.
so they basically, you're talking old Mao style
yeah,
struggle
Marxism.
sessions where they're dragging these guys out in front of their coworkers and making
Yeah.
you admit to like made up shit like white privilege.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, like they had so I'm here in Cali, right? They had the mandatory sexual harassment training, right?
Jeez, I wonder where you're getting that pronunciation from.
Harassment. Because it's not sexual harassment unless it's you say it right. So
I
you get
know,
over
I know.
it, right? Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No, but they had a whole section where you had some trans and some non-binary chick tell you that it's okay to call you cis, which I think is a bad word. The way that they
This is
weaponize it.
derogatory.
This is a slur. It is
It's a slur.
100% a slur.
That's why I get offended every time. People are like, "Why are you all passionate about it?" Because, like, dude, it's like you're calling me
It's
an N, bro.
100% a slur. Why?
Just like
there's no even
Latinx.
point of it putting it out there.
Latinx and cis are slurs.
Dude, every time I think of Latinx, I think of a bunch of Mexican superheroes. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, crash test.
You think of luchadors, man?
Hell yeah, we're
superpowered
Latinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Superpowered
hate speech
luchador.
laws that they passed in Scotland. Didn't Scotland's leader resign after this?
I don't know.
Also, whatever his name was. Yeah, Scotland already introduced hate speech.
Yeah,
laws.
Cthulhu.
It's not going well.
No.
People just troll reporting because it's stupid, and police say they can't keep up, even with max OT. Yeah, you will never be able to keep up with this stuff. This is why freedom of speech exists. This is why people just say, "Listen, you can call everyone whatever you want. Just ignore them and walk away." We learn this as middle schoolers.
Yeah. So I mean, not to like move the conversation completely into how this has affected education, but just to mention it quickly, you know how bad college administrations have gotten? I mean, I can't even stand to walk in or walk through or deal with anyone in administration at any of the schools that I have to deal with.
Oh yeah.
It is awful.
Oh, and if you're Jewish, you can't even clock in. That's pretty constitutional for sure.
Yeah.
If you what?
If you're Jewish,
some
you
of the
can't even
colleges
clock
right
in.
now. They're blocking if you're Jewish to be even get to the school.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. Oh, by the way, I'm Jewish. I want you to send this to Girim as well. I sent you a link in DM. I need you to watch this movie, and if you can also send that link to Girim.
Yeah, I'll send
it's
it to
not
Girim.
the link to the movie.
I'm not bringing it up on stream.
No. You don't do that. No, but there was a movie where a certain bad boy from bad boy, not like actually bad boy, from Germany rewoke in uniform in today's time in Germany. And yes, it's very interesting. You see the reactions. People think it's a joke. Some people are like, "Oh my god, that's actually him," and they freak out, right? And then at the end, the end is the most powerful ever. You're like, holy crap! This is exactly what's going on nowadays. It's very scary. So if you get a chance, please do check that out. Do check that out. Yeah.
So
it is in German, but
yeah. Well, as long as it's subtitled, we're good. I have no problem in subtitles.
Yeah.
Let me just, because me naming these schools off will not make it able for anyone to track me down. So, but let me name you some of the schools that I have to deal with in my career as a peer reviewer. Are you ready? Massachusetts Institute of Technology. University of Massachusetts. Harvard.
Well, at least
University,
now you know what they do with their mitts.
Boston University. Boston college.
Mhm.
So now you understand the type of administrations that I have to
Oh, yeah.
deal with. Okay. Just from that list of schools, right? Just from that list of schools. I mean, Harvard is so bad, they got sued for not letting Asians in.
Yeah.
Because Asians they were too white adjacent to be
Yeah.
allowed in the
That,
school.
oh my god.
Like
God.
I
it's
know.
so
They were too
ridiculous.
white adjacent.
It's
So
so
I-
ridiculous where we've gotten to as a society right now.
And
Where
Grim, you're saying it wrong.
What? Oh, what did I miss? What did I say wrong?
No, you're mispronouncing it. You can't really say that word on YouTube, so you have to say white.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. White
White.
white
like
adjustment.
And they're trying to let the Asians in, but they said you're going to be here for a while.
there we go.
Carry
So
on, sir.
Oh,
I actually have given a webinar on critical race theory. So I'm pretty well
Really?
versed. Yes, I'm pretty well versed in critical race theory. So
Mm.
I did do a webinar on it for a group of scientists that were, of course, conservative leaning, because do you think a liberal leaning group of scientists would have wanted me to do a webinar on critical
no.
race theory? Right.
Mm.
And I just found it funny the way I was introduced, and they were like, and we found someone to do a talk on critical race theory to explain to you what it is, where it originated from, how it was canonized, what exactly it represents, and yada. And like, they had to find an astrophysicist to explain
Wow.
to explain to them critical race theory, because people who claim to understand critical race theory don't really understand it. They don't know what they're talking about. So
Right.
you need someone that knows advanced mathematics and logic to even
Wow.
figure out what the hell critical race theory really means. So that's why they're going
it's a simple, like there's a simple solution to this, Graham. And yes, I'm clowning, but you're not going to win a race if you're in a bug. I'm just saying that's a very critical thing you have to teach.
You're not going to win a race if you're in a bug. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, come
I
on.
like You're not going to.
I'm sorry, I had to. I am all fun and games, but I'm serious too, dude. I'm having fun. Thank you so much, Cinder.
Sometimes
Crash test. To understand critical race theory, you need to drink Pan's Galactic Gargle Blaster to get through it from the first chapter.
Oh, and what was that thing you put in your ear too from that book? It eats your brain, but you can translate anything.
A worm?
Yeah, it was some type of worm. They had a name for it.
Babblefish?
Babblefish. Yes, Crash. Yes. Okay. Yeah, but I hope I didn't derail you too much. I'm just having fun here, guys.
Oh, no. God,
Okay.
you know what? It's
we kind of
derailed
deteriorated
it
into
ourselves.
random
every
anti-woke generalized talk when you
my
came
God.
on.
Yeah, we've seen
I muscled
stuff where
through.
we've seen Jason Schreier. They all sit there and they run defense for these things.
I can't believe Jason Schreier had to run defense for the industry against Vera Dark. That is hilarious.
Yes,
That was effing hilarious.
yes,
That's
They
dope.
literally paid
Well, that
him
just
to
means you
write
guys
an
are-
article to defend the industry against a Vera Dark tweet. It's like,
but Grim,
holy crap.
she's not a million subscriber channel, but the fact that you and Vera got their attention means you're doing your job proper, dude. So thank
exactly.
It's true.
Vera's gotten the attention of a lot lately, so eyes are all on Vera right now.
Asmongold, but he's been on her side.
Yeah.
Mm.
And sometimes Asmongold's got some bad takes, but he's been backing all of her takes. So
yeah.
Well, what about Moist?
He's more even. He's more even keeled. Like
I'm even keel. So
I think he's more centrist than Asmongold. Asmongold leans more left to center, and Moist is more center. Best way to put it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I blame everything now, and no offense, and I hope that you all don't hate me, but I'm probably like the only liberal you can actually talk to because I'm sick and tired of all this. Like, dude, why did you have to attack our escapism? The
Well, I
politics
used to-
in this story, what does it have to do with anything that's happening current today? Has nothing to do with it. They have different politics. They have different issues in the story that they're attacking and changing to include politics of today in some form of activism. So it doesn't make any sense to any story they put out, especially since Star Wars had a ton of its own politics, boring AF in some cases, but they had their own politics. Has nothing to do with
their
ours.
own politics. They had
Just like Star
everything
Trek
they needed.
Star Trek had its own politics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, you had Mikey Spock being, you know, having the powerful black woman sister. I mean, I tried on Discovery, bro. I just, dude, let's all have a struggle sesh and like cry on the
Do
board.
you know what
and
your
like,
struggle
you know,
session with Star Trek should be? Just
What?
watch the final episode of Discovery.
Oh yeah.
Because it did air. The final episode aired like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's just like I can't watch Doctor Who. I just can't.
Oh no, that's the worst one of them all.
Can I let you guys know on a little secret?
Go ahead.
Sure.
I used to
I
volunteer.
mean, it's your show. God.
Yeah, I used to volunteer for the Liberal Party in Canada.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
hold on. I was a liberal for a lot of my life. I look. I'm not a young guy. I'm like five. I'm at least 5 years older than you, Cinder. Right? I gotta be.
I don't know.
Well,
We've never
Cinder,
discussed our ages.
You're like 42, right?
I'm
Did I
43.
You're 40.
Almost 44.
Okay. I'll say my age. I'm 48. Okay, I'm 48.
Yeah. All right. You got a couple
You're
years,
old.
bro.
Yeah. Well, hey.
I forget if I'm turning 45 or 46 this year, bro. So I'm bruh.
Yeah. So hey, you know what? And
Yeah.
I spent, like I said, a huge chunk of my life in college. Fucking from 1994 to 2011, I literally
Wow.
was a college student. Right. Well, that's how long it takes to become an astrophysicist. Like, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's how long it takes. Right. So because I'm not even going to go through all the stuff you have to be a programmer, you have to be a mathematician, you have to be an astronomer, you have to be a geologist. It's crazy the stuff they put you through. But regardless, I was a liberal for a lot of years. I considered myself a liberal, right?
Yeah.
But when everything started to shift, it's like
Mhm.
the liberals kept going further and further and further and further and further left.
Well-
So they keep stretching out the line, right? The blue line keeps going further and further left. And I just stayed the same, right? So it's kind of like
Yeah.
you start looking
You got
around
pushed
you,
more towards center.
right? They pushed me
Mhm.
to the center, and then
Uh-oh.
Hit the wrong button. Sorry.
sometimes I get pushed into the red.
Censored.
It's like,
He's back. He's back quick.
man, it's Cinder. You should have said censor. But that's what happened to me. I used to be on the blue line, and now when I look around me, and I haven't moved. I haven't moved my feet. My views have not changed. But now I look around me, and all I see is red because they have gone so far left.
It has gone so batshit crazy.
They have left me.
What are you
okay.
supposed to do?
Okay. Now check this out. And this is not it is a political take, but it's not really a take. So we went from extreme, like when Trump was president, right? We had extreme right and extreme conspiracy theories and just like extreme right stuff kind of going on, right? And, you know, all liberal crap was going on with they're infiltrating everything in the entertainment period. And then when Biden came in, it was extreme left. So we've not had a good in-between at all for like 8 years. So we went from one extreme exactly to another. And, you know, I don't care for either one, to be honest. So it's like, bruh, you know,
Yeah, you had mentioned that you were you were a big 90s kid, right? And I was a mix of between an 80s and a 90s kid because of the kind of the 5-year difference, whatever. So I was a mix. Right. And I remember back then when I was a kid being all pissed off about how the conservatives were trying to censor, like, because I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in literally like 1983, right?
Wow.
I still have my blue cover Wizard AD&D First Edition Player's Handbook that was bought for me in 1983 by my parents to play D&D with my friends, right? And I remember back then, and the conservatives, especially the evangelical and the
Yeah.
and the hardcore conservatives, censoring everything, and Satanic Panic all the way through the 90s.
And the
like,
things
it
that the
didn't let
liberals
up.
fought for
Right.
to
And the
end all
liberals,
that.
yeah, the
And then
liberals
they came
fought
in
against
and they
it
came in and did all that, dude.
and did all the same
we went to
thing.
the Puritans, like
Grim,
worse
you
than
just
Puritans. Like what
reminded
the
me.
hell?
I used to when I was 17, I got my own place. I grew up on the streets. I was on the streets when I was 16. But at 17 I was able to get my own place. And we were playing D&D at my place off and on. And at one point I actually got a letter under my door from the landlord telling me to atone for my sins for playing D&D.
Yeah.
That's terrible, man. Oh, to answer Trent had put a question that I had missed. I don't know the full story behind it, but he said, didn't Jason, speaking of Jason Schreier, like a Vera tweet and then block her? Well, the story goes, and I don't remember what the tweet was anymore. You'd have to get that information from Vara, because she puts out a lot of tweets. I can't follow all of her tweets because
I will be right back,
work.
gentlemen.
Yeah. She did tweet something. He liked it, and then because it was something he agreed with, and then when he probably went to follow her and looked at the rest of her tweets, he blocked her.
Yeah.
And she's been blocked for like 2 years now. Literally.
So
but you would have to go to Vara and ask her you could ask her on Discord. Ask her when, maybe she won't even remember. I don't know. But you'd have to ask her. I don't, it was a long time ago.
So Grim, this is the clip that's going around for the new Doctor Who that came out. And apparently they were watching it in some Discord.
And the Discord got taken down?
No. And they all freak out because it's two guys kissing.
Now, are they happy? Or are they like shocked?
Like,
it looks like they're laughing. Like, is this a joke? Like it's like shock. I think.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it happened, and it's like, okay. So yeah, that's kind of blowing up a little bit on Twitter right now. Who was it? I thought there was a few people that retweeted this. Oh, hey. There you go. Oh, look, Yellow Flash retweeted it. Stunning and amazing. Or amazing and stunning. That's where it is. That's where Doctor Who is now. Have fun. I'm glad you're liking your Doctor Who.
I think that those watchers, I think they looked like shocked. I don't think
it was more shock than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever. Oh, there is so many things going on in the industries that we are seeing in front of us. It's being woven and changed in front of our eyes, where if you're not diving into the DEI, if you're not defending it, then you're the bad guy. And really, that's not what it is. People just want to have their escapism, and it's being taken away slowly, bit by bit.
Gerthulu was mentioning something about Jim Sterling. I'm sub to people whose political views I don't fully agree with, but since I am an adult, it doesn't bother me until they go insane, like the Jimquisition entity. He's talking about Jim Sterling.
Yeah.
The YouTuber, the video game reviewer, Jim Sterling. I mean, I don't have a lot of information on Jim Sterling. I watched Jim Sterling before the transition. So I think she, I guess I'll call her she, goes by Stephene Sterling now.
Really?
Yeah, but the
I didn't
channel's
know
still
that went that far.
this channel is still called Jim Sterling.
Huh.
So if you go on YouTube, it's still the channel's still named Jim Sterling. But
Oh wow.
I think that Jim Sterling, his alias is he goes by Stephanie Sterling, I think.
James Stephene Sterling.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. I wasn't 100% sure, but look, she. Look, they were always. I'm gonna say they are Marxist from day one. All of their stances about the gaming industry were so Marxist leaning, right? About pricing, about everything. It's just like he would go on and on about they should just give the games away for free.
Oh, why the Five Nights at Freddy guy sucks? Go to hell.
Well, of course he would hate him. Of course he would hate
Of
Scott.
course. Because Scott
Right?
Cawthorn actually has
Yeah,
a mind
of
of
course
his
he would hate
own.
Scott. Yeah.
So
So-
I have a question for you guys, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
For torture and study or whatever, I actually stomached. It was very difficult, but I actually got through the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte. Did you guys
couldn't.
bother?
No.
The campfire in space killed it for me.
Well, there was that. And it was amazing because we had people with less budgets that make the fan films, which they kind of are trying to cancel out because all the new Star Wars is basically glorified fan films. But the fan films were better quality. It was just like, dude, are they all on the same set? Like, Star Trek recycle sets like crazy, right? And they had more diversity in their sets, dude. I was like, what the hell?
I read a review for The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Apparently, it sounds like some of the sets were taken from some Jedi game show that was on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like it. I mean, I know they're supposed to go older, but like some of the
Jedi
technology
Temple
wasn't even
Palace.
like close. Huh?
Okay, so I'm not saying that this streaming service didn't go woke on some of their shows. They did. But
Most.
if you are looking for the best bang for your buck as far as what shows a service is putting out, it's Apple TV.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, right? So they have Invasion, which is a British science fiction show. Very good. Very good. They have another parallel universe sci-fi show running right now called Dark Matter. It's a limited series, so it's only 9 episodes total. They're on episode 6. Very, very good. Very good. They have a show that was based on a book series called Silo that stars Rebecca Ferguson, who's a very good actress. She did season 1. They just finished filming season 2. Also very good, right? Apple TV also does Isaac Asimov's Foundation. Now, unfortunately, with Foundation, which was a book series I read when I was a young kid, right? Because Asimov is, for big sci-fi and science buffs, he's one of those guys that like with Tolkien and Asimov, you read him when you were a kid. They went woke where they race and gender swapped a lot of characters out of Asimov's books, which sucks. So it sucks they did that to such a famous, important author, right? It's kind of like what Amazon is doing to Rings of Power. So Apple did to Asimov's Foundation what Amazon is doing to Tolkien with Rings of Power, unfortunately. But there's still you got to weigh kind of out of a streaming service because even on Netflix, you're going to get a lot of woke shows and then a lot of non-woke shows, right?
Yeah.
This same with Amazon.
It's finding that diamond in the rough, bro. Like that
Right.
needle in a haystack, literally.
Amazon did Tomorrow War. That was a great movie, right? That's not woke. That's a great movie. They did Reacher, and I know the actor that plays Reacher.
Oh, nice.
Is a flaming liberal. That and look, I got no problem with liberals. I used to be one, but he is outspoken. If you vote for Trump, you're a piece of shit. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta ignore the artist for the art.
It's
right?
always a back and forth.
Right. So
Right.
with Reacher, I don't care about the guy's political views. The show is great. The show is not woke. He played. There's
Well,
nothing.
he's
woke in the
doing his
show.
dang job. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Do your job.
He does his job. So when
You
people,
talk politics, religions outside of work. You
Yeah,
know?
so when
Talking
people
about
mention
doing your job,
when people mention about the actor and his political viewpoints, I say, no, I know he's got Trump derangement syndrome, but it's not in the show. So I don't care. I do not read his tweets. I just watch the show he's in, which none of that is in. So he can say whatever he wants on Twitter. I don't care. I like the show. He's good in the show, right? So that show's non-woke. Tomorrow War is a great movie that Amazon did. Outer Range. That is another one that is currently on Amazon. Season 2 just came out, and that's about like a big hole in the ground that, like, if you jump, like in Wyoming, that, like, if you jump in it, weird shit happens, right? It's a science fiction. It's another great show. So there are good shows out there, right? They're just none of them are on Disney. Disney has nothing. But Netflix and Apple and Amazon, even if you go with 75% of everything they're putting out is woke, still 25% of the shows they're putting out are winners. There are winners. I love Dark Matter, which is, like I said, the show that's currently running on Apple TV, and Silo Season 2 will be coming out. Those are great shows, man. And Apple is a good fit, bang for the buck. They've only screwed up one show so far, and that's Asimov's Foundation series. That's all they've screwed up. Everything else.
You were saying, Cinder? Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, and they put a lot of money into their shows. So these are big budget. Dark Matter is a big budget show. Looks good. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah, stuff I gotta watch. So talking about people that were doing their job properly, Crash Test has sent me a message here. Want to know who woke politics have infected? Want to know who woke politics has even infected pensions? My company removed all investments from America the day before Biden took office, essentially taking out 500 billion pounds from investments from the US overnight. We've been ghost tracking it, and if it had remained invested, it would be worth less than half today. Because we backed out and avoided Biden, we have literally saved 300 billion pounds for our investors and their pensions. The company position is we will not invest in the USA until Trump is back. Our investments while Trump was in started at 200 billion pounds and rose to 500 billion pounds in 3.5 years.
Wow, that is crazy. Oh, I just want to answer Crash, because Crash had said something about the name Dark Matter. Yes, Crash. Yeah, that's very true. And my one criticism is that Apple should have not named this current series Dark Matter, because there have been previous shows, science fiction shows, named Dark Matter.
Yeah.
So when I saw that they named this new show Dark Matter, I was like, why? I know that that's the name of the book that the show is from, but because there are other sci-fi shows already named Dark Matter, and one that he's referring to that was on the Sci-Fi Channel that got canceled, right? Which sucks, it got canceled. It was like back in 2015, it got canceled.
Yeah.
Apple should have used a different name. They should have not named it Dark Matter. But besides the naming, it is a good show. That is crazy about the Trump. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. It's revealing at the same time. Like, it's just really revealing, right?
Yeah.
To get into the minds of investors, right? And how investors are seeing the presidential race. And it's interesting to hear those takes. It really is. Because I'm not a money guy. I'm a science guy. I'm not a money guy. So when I hear their takes, the political takes from these money guys and these investors, it's very interesting to me. Very interesting.
Can I ask you a really dumb question, Grim?
With the sets for the Acolyte.
Yeah.
This is the show that a bunch of people are referring to. Was Jedi Temple Challenge.
Okay.
saying that a lot of the sets here look like what they used in the Acolyte, and it looks like they reused some of these sets in it.
I almost thought that they were at the ET ride in California's Universal Studios, but that set looks way better.
Yeah.
It
The
does.
way you have to walk in there for the line to get
DJ
to the on the ET ride.
DJ, what did you want to ask? Because
Oh God, it was a dumb question to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. If you think of it, you can
yeah,
ask it.
yeah.
I
I
am-
know it was
I
just
am-
comedy. It's okay.
I am more than willing to answer dumb questions because let me show you. I spent some of my
You read-
Oh, that's
career
what it was.
teaching
That's what it was.
conceptual physics, and the amount of dumb questions I got doing conceptual physics is
Okay,
beyond
so you're a
belief. I did-
scientist, right?
Yes,
You're a big fan of some '80s movies.
absolutely. I love
Okay,
Time
so
Bandits.
every time,
Love Terry Gilliam and Time Bandits, and that Apple
Nice.
TV is redoing it as a series. It better be good.
oh,
Apple TV is
ooh.
doing it as a limited series. They're redoing it.
So every
Time
time they
Bandits.
mention science, or whatever, it's because of science, right? Every time I hear that, I'm like, because of science. You know, dramatic. Like each time you
Yeah.
hear it, do you think that or no? I mean, I'm just thinking, the main theme song to oh God, what was that? The one where they bring back that hot chick from Paper and
Weird
like
Science.
Weird Science. Yeah.
Yeah, Weird
I was thinking that
Science.
song. Exactly. Sorry.
And then there was
you know.
there was the Val Kilmer movie. What was that? Oh God, what was the Val Kilmer movie? The one where
Oh
he used the
yeah,
laser at
pure
the end?
genius.
Pure genius. At the end, where he uses the laser to like fill the
Yeah.
angry professors, his angry
I met Eddie
PhD
Bigelow
buys his
Jr.
house
Yeah.
with a popcorn. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I'm just bringing this up because this is what's going on in Calgary right now. I have questions because I just came across this on Twitter. The mandatory outdoor water restrictions. This is Calgary's had a massive water main break. It's affected the entire city, affected their surrounding area. I covered this early on. I just came
Because
across this.
Calgary was built. I just want to preface this as Calgary was apparently built by the best civil engineers
Yeah.
the world has ever seen, and this is how this happened.
So they have signs made up here. This is day 3 where they've had this. These signs apparently are just sitting in a warehouse and they're putting these out there. Like this is where my mind goes right away when I see a sign like this out in the middle of nowhere in Calgary. Mandatory outdoor water restrictions in effect. Call 311. And people are already saying they've received 56 calls for misuse of water. Now they're narking on their neighbors in Calgary. Calgary is in a state of panic and disrepair. They're going to be rioting in the streets here soon at this rate if this is the case. The fact that the city has signs like this already made up, you have to question what is going on in Calgary.
That is a good question, bro.
Right? Like
some of this has been planned like decades in advance. So, just saying. They had plenty of time to print out the signs before this happened. They already knew when it would.
I don't generally breathe into these types of things, but when I see a sign go up like this and it's something that happened and like you have to question and go, how fast did they get these signs made? I know you can make these things fairly quick, but really they've gone this far to make these signs? Like I just don't buy it. It makes me question a lot of things.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I don't even know what to think of these signs. And by the way, I wanted to mention I'm looking at the thumbnail to the movie Look Who's Back. And as a Jewish scientist myself, because I am a Jewish scientist, I'm an Ashkenazi Jew, I look at that.
Yeah, I know, Crash.
And I laugh to myself. Oh my God, I want to watch that.
Oh yeah, dude. The ending's really disturbing. It explains a lot of what's going on today. It's like, whoa.
Watch that. It's not even that. It's not even from that long ago. So 9 years realistically is not that long ago, right?
Well, it was before the main influx of their power. Yes,
true, but it was after
Gamegate it up
1.
At the end, you'd be like, "Oh, this is how they did it." Okay.
Speaking of Gamergate 1 in 2014, isn't it hilarious, Cinder, how over the years a lot of these industry people have lobbed at Vara that she is that she was part of Gamergate 1.
Yeah, it's
She
kind of
is
funny.
literally
She was
being
never there.
accused. She's been accused several times
Yeah,
by industry people of being one of the people that was involved in the original Gamergate.
and yet those industry people that are making these accusations were involved with that in the original one. They
Right.
were there.
They actually accuse her of having been involved in it.
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious because you know how old she would have been during
Yeah,
Gamergate
she
1.
would have been like 12,
12, 13
13?
years old.
Yeah,
Right. That's the hilarious part.
yeah. This is where we are. Anyway, I think we've covered a lot tonight. We've covered some random topics, some random things going on.
My
The
bad.
DEI that we've seen, it's absolutely disparaging where it's going. We know Kotaku is running articles. They'll never do an article on this stream. Maybe they will. I
You
highly
know
doubt it,
what
but
particular gaming outlet is really bad that we didn't really mention because they haven't done anything in the last
The
couple
Gamer?
months, but
The
yes,
Gamer?
the Gamer. But
What are you talking about? They haven't done things in the last couple months. No, they've
Okay,
settled
what?
down for the
Tell-
last week. It's coming.
Oh,
They'll have something.
true enough. I'm sure. So they are truly the worst.
Yeah,
That
they really are.
The gamer is to
Oh.
video games what the Mary Sue is to entertainment. They are equal, right? And
Okay.
then I hate to say it, but Kotaku is almost as bad as the gamer, but a little tiny bit not as bad.
So before we go, I have to do this because Crash Test is bringing it up. 40 more days until I have to go to the Furry Con.
Ah.
DJ, have you seen this stuff?
Well, I saw the head that you got. Did you get the fursuit?
No. Here's the head.
Yeah.
He sent me gloves.
Did you? Oh, you got the gloves now. Did you Febreze that bitch or what? Sorry.
You're never gonna be the same, Cinder.
No, I'm never going
Yeah.
to be the same. I will be Halloween forever.
Yes, and I still commit to actually doing that podcast with you. By the way, over on the Dark Tight Media account, Ver Dark's backup channel, me and Cinder will be engaging in science,
At some point in the future.
superstition, and conspiracy talk.
Yes.
Nice.
At least once a week. We will address subjects like time travel, parallel universes, the Philadelphia experiment, Canada's own Roswell.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. Canada has a UFO. They gave it to the United States because that's what they do. Canada.
Yeah, tinfoil operational.
Yeah.
See, this thing makes a better hand puppet than a mask.
Tinfoil hats will be required for watching.
Nice.
Tinfoil hats.
And of course, go follow Veridark. Go follow DJ Longhair.
If you still want to play Magic,
Yeah.
watch
Well, you
his
don't.
videos.
We still have fun over there, man.
No. I'm just throwing a suggestion. Watch his video on deck ideas, and then just go print the cards out.
Yeah.
And play to your heart's content. Go to his channel to get your ideas on the decks and his commentary on different cards so you can decide what cards to use. But then don't actually go spend the money on the fucking cards. Go get a printer, print them out, put them in a sleeve with a piece of cardboard, and play all day and all night long.
Hey, I'm all for that, but like, do support and stuff. But anyways, yeah, no, I hear you, man. Yeah, no, and thanks for having me on, Cinder. I know you're trying to wrap up here.
For sure, Longhair. Longhair also does some amazing AI music that he's put up. Some crazy tracks that are out there, and yeah, I'm just gonna say one more thing before we land.
Do you do anything like electronic, like Daft Punk style, or? Or,
I haven't messed with that yet, but like I'm still trying to get that like new style funk, like as I'm just trying to crack the code on it,
Gotcha.
trying to figure out the prompts for that. But that's not all my music at all.
Cthulhu, you should go
Like-
watch Desolator's video on Command Zone. Maybe you'll get a little bit more context on why they get so many views.
No. Get this, Ender, on that topic. Exactly on that topic. You know that the minimum wage here in California went up to $20, right?
No,
What?
They're
I
in
don't think
LA. They're
yeah,
in
yeah.
LA
They're in LA.
offering this extensive job for 18. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
you can make more at McDonald's? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, but they can't. But does it, DJ? Doesn't that mean they can't offer 18? Then they have
Yep.
to offer 20,
Well,
right?
It's really strange because it's like
I thought
yeah.
in California it was like the state minimum wage. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't live there, but I thought it was like $13.50 was the state minimum wage. But like there were cities that had like 18 to like $22 minimum wages.
Well, for fast food or those type of jobs, they're $20 an hour.
Gotcha.
Some jobs that aren't fast food or considered essential are between 15 and 18. So I guess, but still, like, dude, I mean, literally the minimum wage. I wrote on Cinder's or not Cinder, excuse me, on Desolator Magic's thing. I said the minimum wage in California is 20. LOL. Like they're offering $18 an hour to do everyone's job. Stop it, bro.
$20 minimum wage is insane. By the way, I saw a thing. What is a St. Mateo, California? Electricians are making $82 American an hour. I can't even fathom that. In the amount of taxes you pay in California, sure, but I can't even fathom that because we're not even close to that up here.
So looking at minimum wages,
yeah,
as DJ said, California is number 1.
Yeah.
No, actually, what? Really? This is saying Washington State is number 1.
Okay.
California.
All government jobs. That's why.
Yeah. No, Washington State.
Oh.
It's on the other side of the country from Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's north from
I'm
here.
talking about Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle. Okay, so then California is number 2. Then number 3 is Massachusetts. Number 4 is New York. And everyone else is way below.
Yeah.
Yeah. Massachusetts right now is $16 for minimum wage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and go have those rolling blackouts. Because
we don't have rolling blackouts here. We have nuclear power plants around here.
We've experienced it.
We have nuclear power plants here, so we don't get rolling blackouts. But I've heard of rolling blackouts in California, and Texas, and stuff like that.
Okay, you two have a good night. Thanks everyone for joining us, and go sub to.
Hey, yeah, and Mr. DJ, get a good UPS for your computer because you're in California. You need it so it doesn't fry next time you get one of those goddamn California blackouts.
Oh yeah, I hear you, bro. I mean,
you got to get a nice
surge protector. I'm okay.
You got to get like a nice backup. Like if you live in California, you got to have like a nice battery backup for your like PS5 and your computer and all that shit.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're playing with forest fires.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Bye.